remaining.
Saw him play Axe yesterday.
Something that...
Ability. They also, I mean, they still can do the Enigma.
Yeah,
but the thing is that they're playing versus the Lich, which is always one of those factors. You know, Chain Frost canceling through BKB can be really obnoxious.
It's definitely always nice to look for something that's going to be able to work nicely with the Winter's Curse.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we mentioned Enigma is one of them. We sometimes see the Shaker being utilized. Anything with those huge AoE ults that can follow through after. Yeah. The Winter's Curse, you know, works as essentially a fantastic long-range vacuum. You can draw heroes in from a good distance and then get the chance to close in with the rest of your team. Death Prophet being the ban out, a hero that we did see a fair bit of play, and a fair few bans, I feel like, yesterday.
Yeah, it was...
Teams were starting to look towards it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got the Legion Silencer combo, so unable to really save once somebody does get dueled. Yeah. Winter Wyvern can't get the curse off, can't do Cold Embrace, nothing like that. Same thing with the Snowball. So this is a good way to deal with the defensive supports.
Yeah,
When people used to pick like the Dazzle, people would pick the Silencer a lot afterwards to deal with that because you can blow somebody up and not worry about Grave.
I mean, it's exactly as you said. You know, it's a Silencer, something that we see being picked up when you have like a hero like Batrider, you know, Legion Commander, sort of like a pseudo bat in the fact you've got that jump in, get the kill, get the pick off, and you know, time and time again in the past being picked up against any sort of dazzle saving strats, and you know, that's exactly what OG are trying to do here. And some quick picks off the back of it as well.
Wow.
S4 Brewmaster coming into the fray, and Newbee. They will pick up the Bounty Hunter as their second support.
So Silencer core?
It must be. Has to be. Unless we're going to see a carry Lich with that extra damage and that level 25 Scardy effect. Let's go.
That'd be pretty sick.
That would be pretty sick. But yeah, Silencer core. I'd imagine, Newbie, were we expecting that to be in the mid lane with SCCC, or is Mugi going to take it safe?
They like to give him the favorable matchup, so I think they'll decide based off what he would be playing against. Oh, the AM comes out.
It's an anti-mage game, ladies and gentlemen, and we know how they can go. If he has a good game, it could be game over.
They've got hard lockdown for him with the Legion and with the Global, of course, but other than that, they have no stun whatsoever. So this looks like a pretty glorious... Nothing like crazy specific that he's good versus. Okay, Silencer has a high magic pool, and if it's a core, that can be amazing because you just jump him and he's pretty much dead.
True. I mean,
but yeah, they only have like one way to pick him off, so it can be looks like a pretty dream anti-mage game if he's able to actually just farm.
They could... I mean, obviously they've got one pick left, and they can certainly try and lane it so they punish him, can't they, early on? Because they have this Legion very strong in the lane. They have a Lich, they have a Bounty Hunter. They've got a lot of ways that they can try and pressure the AM. But, you know, as we've kind of said from the opening, there's a Wyvern Tusk. Two heroes that are very good at keeping that hero alive in the laning stage. Yeah, this could end up being a very, very strong time to pick the answer.
We didn't even touch on the S4 Brew.
S4 Brew, indeed.
It's pretty cool. Not only can you Cyclone the Legion, of course, when dueling, but the Dispel is actually super good versus Lich. You're able to remove the Ice Armor off of multiple people at a time during a team fight.
Yeah, with that AoE, yeah, you're right.
And then they have, of course, the setup with the Wyvern, so he can like be that pseudo-initiator / counter-initiator afterwards. And Tusk can be that, like, ghetto Blink Dagger, I guess you could say, to bring him into the fray, to be able to get a good ulti off. And he can pierce all the way into the backlines onto the Silencer.
Final pick for OG, and of course, to be that. Whoa! Okay, so it's going to be an Ana Brew, by the looks of it.
Ana Brew, right?
And an S4 block. So we're going to get the mid brew. We are going to get the good old school S4 offlane clockwork. All right, I'm up. That's a bit of a PogChamp there.
The clock is
all the plays going fully in on
definitely punish the Silencer. Like, you can see this. You can find the Silencer with rockets all the time. You can get into that back line. That could be a really devastating pick. All four of these heroes actually suffer super hard. You can't really do anything. You get hooked. You're just trapped within that clockwork. I think this is a really strong pick for OG.
I'm liking OG's draft. Well, we'll see what they come through here. It's going to be the morph safe lane. So
is that a first-time morph?
I think it must be. I'm pretty sure we didn't see any. Maybe there was one game that we missed.
No, there was one morphling.
Okay, there's one game.
I got excited. Morphling won. Yes,
it did win.
One game it played.
100% win rate.
So we've got a morphling versus AM. Already, we're on day 2 of group stages, and we're getting Morphling versus AM.
I mean, we saw a lot of kind of the TI4 strats coming through yesterday with this heavy lane push. This is a game that's going to be kind of opposite. We could see this one go to the late and the big kind of late game Morphling versus late game AM.
So No-Tail's playing the Brew, and Ana's going to be playing the AM.
Okay, so
they did this yesterday with the Death Prophet. No-Tail played the Death Prophet, and Void was played by Ana.
Yeah, you're right.
So they're switching the hard carry at least and letting Ana take that role, because that's the way that OG's always played, right?
They used to do a Miracle, didn't they?
Yeah, No-Tail was like, you know, I call him Bro-Tail because he doesn't really act as like the carry. He always helps out his teammates and sacrifices himself.
And that's true, but yeah, no, out of the two of them, you would expect N0tail to obviously be the better Brew player.
Yeah,
so
the microer.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be very exciting, this game one. We've got some N0tail Brew and a AM. Newbee with obviously the SCCC morph. So, I mean, I imagine is that going to be them swapping lanes as well? SCCC will go safe lane with the morph, and you put the
They just swapped it.
They
were waiting till like the last minute.
Okay,
yeah.
They have just swapped. Yeah, you're right. So catching yourself there. So it will be SCCC playing the mid silencer, Mugi taking the morphling to the safe lane. Wow.
Oh, they reswapped again.
Oh, they reswapped. Oh my god, guys, come on, Newbee. You're breaking my balls.
They were playing with your mind.
Yeah. Right. So
right,
Mugi is on the silencer. So yeah, is he going to take the morphling mid against the? I guess it's not too bad against Brew, or
I'm
sure
that's something we used to see very often. It can. I mean, it's not like ideally when you're playing with the Lich, you want to be punishing a lane. So I don't know if maybe he'll start with KP, so you can actually like make the anti-mage suffer a bit. But maybe he starts mid for a couple waves and then goes towards that top lane. But all right, we're underway, Owen. I'm genuinely pretty happy with the drafts we got, because I haven't seen a lot of these heroes, actually. I hadn't seen Morphling in a while, hadn't seen the Brewmaster in quite a bit. We'll see what's going to actually end up happening, but I am favoring OGs a bit, just because I think Newbees is very strong in laning phasing if they can come out, but they've got like no disable versus an anti-mage. It's pretty much just global and a Legion Commander duel to actually lock him down if he gets out of control, and that can be pretty devastating. That being said, though, OG doesn't really have a crazy amount of stunt to deal with the Morphling
either,
I
was going to say the other way around. Yeah, absolutely.
It's really dependent on how the early game goes and who gets the better free farm. Because AM versus Morphling, though, AM, not only does he farm faster, but he can really pressure Morphling super hard, because your matchup is natural. Your mana break versus Morphling is super good, because then you can't morph properly. And he tends to have a high mana pool.
So totally.
KP, dealing with some harass.
Yeah, got a fair few of them here. Eyes onto KP. KP walk himself out of that. Be fine for the time being, but yeah, in terms of the lanes, has to be what expected. Down bottom, Kaka is going to look for the bounty rune snipe, and
S4.
S4 knows. Pops those cogs down to make sure that if there was a bounty, he can't get in, and S4 knew.
Kaka looks like he's going to be playing around some courier snipes, puts the ward behind the mid tower. And we do see Lich starting mid, so it is just going to be the straight dual lane to make sure that Morphling gets free farm, since he is their biggest win condition.
And any lane you've got that Lich against you, it's not going to be a pretty lane. This is going to could be potentially a bit of a slow start for N0tail, but I mean at the moment he's keeping the creeps in good position, and he is going to have backup. So bringing over the Wyvern, and tell you what, level 1 Wyvern with that Arctic Burn, I think that that outlanes a Lich, and we can see a couple of punches. Faith already down to half HP.
Same thing with the Morph.
It's a good old spell.
Yeah. It's very powerful. KP getting trapped up in the shards again, and with that mana break, I mean, he is getting pushed really low. He won't die, but he does not have a salve. He's already expended the majority of his regen. He's going to have some trouble up here being able to get anything. Well, in comparison, S4 should have a great time down here. It's a bounty hunter silencer lane, and he's a clockwork. He's always able to pull it back. Even if he can isolate the silencer or the bounty hunter, he can kill them pretty easily if he's not invisible, of course. Once he gets a few levels.
Pushing this lane in as well, yeah, N0tail really doing an excellent job at controlling this mid.
Yeah, really important that he gets Drunken Haze in this matchup. Low mana cost. He's going to be able to last hit with his right clicks anyway, because they can't really pressure him with these two heroes just yet. Once they start getting some more levels, they can, but the Drunken Haze is just going to make SCCC's life much harder last hitting under the tower with that miss rate.
We'll see when we start to see, obviously OG's two supports, they headed back up top to just make sure that Anna's going to be alright, but obviously with the way that they bully KP out already, they can start to move, and here we go.
They know he's jungling. I mean, he's got nowhere else to go. They see it's 2-minute mark. They want to contest the bounty. They see him there. They're going to be able to trap him up and slow him down.
He's going to be in a lot of trouble here, KP. I don't know if he gets out. He will be able to grab the bounty rune on his way down, but they're blocking him up, bringing him down very, very low. Looks like, again, he will get away, but still, it's a lot of time that KP's being bullied consistently out of that top lane, and now out of that jungle as well. Lane. Starting to see the tables turn a little bit as we saw Faith and SCCC able to harass N0tail back. Makes him pop the salve. Got the haste rune as well, so we can get in for a cheeky bit of harassment, forcing N0tail back, and now SCCC has been allowed the space to catch back up in CS in this lane matchup.
Still doing fantastic. 11-3 versus this dual lane. He's going to suffer on the experience department, though. Since it's a dual lane mid, the Morphling and Lich are going to... I mean, since it's a Lich dual lane mid, they're still going to be ahead of him in experience, even though it's versus a solo, or just about even. Especially if they get a couple extra denies.
Bottom lane, S4 is in trouble. The curse is upon him. Kaka chasing him down with that Orb of Venom slow. It's going to be close, S4. Ooh, well, actually enough there, regenning up. So we'll get away. Kaka not quite with the movement speed to catch up the clock. S4 survives. Top lane once again. I mean, we keep looking up here. You got to feel bad for KP. He's just constantly getting beaten down upon by this tri-lane.
Playing off lane versus Mana Break
feels
and
Arctic
bad. Burn. That feels pretty bad. Like, my percentage of my HP is going down. All my mana's gone. JRX is now in position. They know KP's low, and they have their level 2s now. So they've got Splinter Pass. They've got Snowball.
Yeah, they're wrapping around for this. They
knows.
really want to go fully in on KP.
Yeah, he knows something's up.
I mean, he's certainly playing it safe in the matter that, he's not dying. He's still getting the levels, level 3 at the moment, so the XP isn't looking too bad for him at all. Obviously, just not getting farm, but, just getting that level 6 and then being able to utilize the Legion, it's pretty much all Newbee needed at this stage.
I've got eyes on Kaka, but top lane.
Yeah, this time they're going to get the kill. In they go with the Shard block, and Anna
does he
himself
snipe the courier?
Blood.
Kaka's trying.
He's going to get it.
He's got it.
He's got it indeed. That is the bottle. 2 obses. That's a pretty tasty courier to find at 4 minutes in. That is the dream snipe.
That is the dream snipe. However, Newbee does not really have like the biggest rotation heroes. The Bounty's the only one who's really going to be moving across the map. So the wards that OG loses in some games could be really devastating at this point in the game if you're playing versus like dual roaming supports. But in this game, it's much more static lanes. So that hurts, of course, but it could be worse if it was like a different kind of, double supports that OG or that Newbee had.
So 4.5 minutes. So looking at the CS, pretty close across the board. Just No-Tail slightly behind. Looking at the 2 offlaners, but at the end of the day, KP's actually getting more CS out of the lane than S4 is. So we have seen obviously S4 the only one to die. So no, sorry, he didn't die, did he? Coming very close to dying.
Yeah, it was just KP so far.
Yeah, just KP.
And here we go. First nighttime smoke rotation. They actually see the ward despawn in the mid lane too, so they now know that Kaka had placed that one earlier. And they know that S4 is really strong right now. Like a snowball clockwork onto a silencer, instantly dead. There's actually no way that he can survive that unless some weird cog interaction happens with shards.
There's no sort of save. Here we go.
Yeah,
Kaka,
they're ready.
Kaka knows though, he's going to have eyes upon them, but there we have
he's
the
super
shard.
trapped.
That's absolutely perfect. They've got the battery assault coming in over the walls of the igloo. Kaka's trying to come back in for a bit of interaction. The curse is bringing them relatively low, but it's almost certainly going to be Mugi the first to go down as S4 chases him with the battery assault. The snowball connection on the 2. No, it looks he's going to get out.
The ice armor.
Oh my, the slow is too much. And in fact, S4's trying to stick around, but they turn with the glaives, and at the end of the day, they've lost the tusk. They're potentially going to lose S4 as well. One more touch from Faith will do it if he can get in range, but it looks like S4 is just a little too speedy. I mean, Faith's going to chase, but the shrine is there. I can't believe they didn't get the kill there. OG not getting away with it.
S4 couldn't get in to get all the battery assault damage on him since he was trapped in that side there. And then the Lich TP's down. I think the Silencer also buys treads from the side and it had several wand charges, so he tread swaps, gets the wand, and then the Lich armor plays its favor with factor where they can't walk up and actually get those extra right clicks off. That's very surprising he lives there, and that's a huge failed rotation by OG.
Lane again, Kaka coming in for a bit of harassment. Has the boys with him. Faith and Kaka go in. There's a snowball trying to buy time for No-Tail, but No-Tail still goes down. Range from SCCC comes into play as he brings down the Brewmaster. Newbee taking control of that bottom and mid lane. Still, definitely the big issue for Newbee would be the fact that this AM is getting free farm. And an anti-mage, Anna is on track for a good Battle Fury treads timing at this pace. Consistently bullying KP out of the lane as well.
Kaka gets trapped up, but the dust was actually off the mark. It looks like JRX used it, but he was not in range to clip Kaka with it. Unfortunate there again for OG. So yeah, the anti-mage is free farming, but the trade-up, it's the Morphling who's also free farming, and these are the two heroes that they match pretty interesting versus each other into like later stages of the game. It depends on who gets which item timing first and who can force towers and force the pressure earlier.
Was KP with his Talon, Poor Man's and Boots, utilizing that jungle as well, just trying to find that level 6. Maybe potentially look for some sort of play. They've brought Lich up to the top lane as well, looking to get him some levels, work towards the Chain Frost. Mugi as well, being given the safe lane. himself very, very close to that level 6 now, so the supports have left him alone. Does, of course, leave him vulnerable. And it looks like OG realized this, as they are coming in with the rotation. They scan him out.
Nope.
They know that something's behind there, and they're going to assume that it is just Newbee, because yet N0tail, he is ready to go in deep. Already behind the tower, they have the ward down to try and make this very safe to fight. They'll throw in the flare, and bam, S4 on target there, coming in with the hook shot, and a very, very clean kill there from OG, realizing the opportunity was there, just waiting for them on the plate, and they take it.
Can they pressure the tower off it, though? It's a very healthy tower. This is not like a 5-minute rotation with a catapult. It's just an 8-minute rotation toward the end of the nighttime. So they're going to get a decent amount of damage on it, but I don't think they'll be able to bring it down in this siege. Unless they heavily commit for it, but it doesn't look like they will be.
Back up on the prowl again. Eyes upon Fly, but as we can see at the moment, the majority of Newbee up towards the top lane, where we're actually seeing Mugi start to head. So he's going to head up there and join KP and Faith.
Okay.
Leaving that bottom lane totally behind. Mid lane, we could potentially see a bit of a clash as they start to come in as well, the two of them.
So N0tail's heavily committing for bottom tower. He's just cutting the creep wave, and he's going to try to at least force it. Top lane, though, they have the rotation.
Here with the duel and the chain force, they've got it. The surprise there for Anna. Potentially didn't quite expect Mugi to be in the neighborhood. So felt that KP wouldn't go for the duel, but yeah, Newbee had it. They had the damage. That's a massive kill for Newbee. Definitely the biggest issue for them. They need to try and slow down this anti-mage. That's
one of those smart rotations. You know, it's my safe lane's invaded. I can't farm well there. Oof. I'm just going to the enemy safe lane.
Mid lane. SCCC quick with the waveform. Nearly getting caught out by S4. I mean, even if he did get caught out by the hook shot, it's still, you know, potentially very hard at this stage for OG to fully lock down the Morphling.
Oogie's getting right-clicked down pretty hard by this anti-mage. If there was any other help there, the Mana Void would have been enough to push him out. Yeah, KP farming super well, though, in this offlane. 1,300 gold. 800 gold from that Blink Dagger already. Top 3 net worth.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, considering, you know, how heavily he was being bullied out at the start, he's played it very smartly, this top lane, KP. You're right, he's going to be on track to hit a very nice Blink Dagger timing. And as we've seen, they do have the damage to bring down an anti-mage during that duel. Gets a catch, they'll get it. Mugi with his build, looking towards the Midas after the treads. Full greed on the silencer.
Yep, trying to make sure he can actually stay relevant in this game. They're running like a 2.5 flat / 3 core for Newbee, while OG's only really running like a single core AM with the Pandas and like these guys supporting him. So if they can keep Morphling toe-to-toe with Anti-Mage and then the other heroes are farming really well, they can actually match up quite easily versus what OG's got. Kaka
again, nearly finding the courier, but Jerax was there ready and waiting, pops out the dust and ready for a bit of a 1v1. Shards are out to trap him, and the rest of OG come through to finish off the bounty. Courier will survive, and this time OG get their revenge.
Very deep aggressive wards being placed by Kaka behind the mid tower, now behind bottom tier 2. That one got spotted though, it seems like. He looked like Jerax was pinging it out.
Just realizing after the bounty was going for that sort of courier snipe.
Yeah.
He had some sort of info on the area. Mid lane, SCCC still very far ahead in net worth. It's a big old Morphling. He's got 5k in comparison to N0tail's 3.1.
You know, this guy's actually quite a concern. I'm looking how they're going to deal with him. They just don't have the stun farm. It's really just having his mana get burned down by the AM, but that's much later stages.
Top lane S4 ready to go. Straight in with the hook shot. KP's going to throw out the heal, try and help out Mugi. Faith has got the Chain Frost, chucks it out onto S4, but N0tail's in already with the split. They'll take down the silencer, look for more. The setup onto Faith. Faith being chased down. There's the control, there's the micro from N0tail as he flies through the stun, takes down the Lich as well to pick up the double kill. The tower may go down, but N0tail coming in with the team, picking up 2 kills. It's all going to be feeling pretty good there for OG as bottom tower also gets taken as Anna's on with the split push.
3 towers dropping in the span of 15 seconds, it seems. Top tower, mid, and bottom all die. Crisp rotation coming out from OG, making the space for Ana. He takes the tower. None of them get denied. Must be feeling pretty good about himself. Only one more piece for that Battle Fury.
Fly. Could have a little bit of trouble on his hand. SCCC is there with the waveform forward. Doesn't quite have enough magical to burst him down. Will stick around and look for the kill, but Anna's going to be there to try and back him up. Fly will survive for the time being. SCCC has to get out there. No, the Shuriken! Bounce from Kaka. Beautifully done. Gets the kill onto Kaka, but OG will look to punish. They turn towards Faith. S4 with the cog pushback sets up for a second kill. So OG will take 2 in return. N0tail is around with SCCC for a little bit, but SCCC doesn't stick around. TP's out, gets himself back to safety.
Ana getting involved on kills. That's the dream right there. 700 gold for the Battle Fury. And we have N0tail about to... Actually, N0tail already has the blink.
He's got the blink.
And he bought himself, like, dust and stuff, too. I mean, he always does this kind of thing where he's very supportive of it for his team.
10 seconds until the split is back up. N0tail will certainly be ready to rumble. I mean, we've seen OG, you know, they have a fantastic lineup to just look for fights between, you know, N0tail with his blink, S4 with the hook shot.
Yeah. They have to find...
Shards,
they have to, like, be making those moves, though. Every time, like, Clockwork Hook is up, they have to, or Panda ult is up, they have to be making plays so that the anti-mage can get as much space as possible. But Newbee also has that fast-paced kind of lineup with their Chain Frost, with the duel, and with, of course, the Bounty Hunter track.
A lot of ways they can benefit of finding these kills. KP smoke will be dispelled. S4's on the high ground. There's the jump from KP. Does get the duel. The global silence as well, making sure that OG can't react immediately. That's going to be one down. Can they get any more? Jarek, Ana jumping forward. The Sharp Block and the Mana Void bringing Faith and KP down incredibly low. Faith still survives though. The Ice Armor too strong. S-triple-C playing around on 1 HP. Their waveforms forward. Gets the double kill. Now trying to turn towards Jirax, but the N0tail primal split is causing issues. S-triple-C still manning up though. The track's out, the Shuriken bounce is bringing Jarax very low along with Fly. Newbee, they continue to push on forward. They're not holding back yet. KP throws in the nuke, not quite enough to bring down Fly. Jarax throws out the shards. He's not going to clip onto anyone, but he will get dust out onto Kaka. Goes forward with the snowball, brings in S4. N0tail jumps up to the high ground. They will take down Kaka in return. So they get something out of this. They lost Ana. Definitely the big casualty amongst it all.
And S-triple-C got the kill on Ana. He was at...
He was literally waveforming in on 1 HP.
1 HP, I think he had a 17 charge once as he did it, but they almost got 3 people with that Mana Void / Panda split combo. That could have been very good for OG, but yeah, Newbee takes it with a couple track kills. But that is their global, so right now it's pretty much OG has to try to make stuff happen with that Clockwork Hook. Of course, they did use their Panda ulti, but they have to make something happen while global's down.
They have to, because it's at this stage of the game at least, obviously with the lack of items that the supports have, there's just nothing they can do to react to that if they're forced to fight under it.
Yeah.
Mid lane.
Wyvern still doesn't have 6 either.
We're going to see KP go for it. He says, I don't even need a global to find kills like that. Jumps forward, grabs S4 Clock. That's going to be another bit of bonus damage in the bank for the Legion Commander. Definitely. KP is consistently seeing the chances to get those pickoffs. They may even be moving in for more. Newbee are starting to storm down the mid lane. See how much OG can do to stop it. They throw out the Splinter Blast.
I mean, they've got Chain Frost again. Global's up in 20.
There's a snowball out onto Kaka. He has been dusted, but immediately KP is there with the Purge and the heal. Newbee are starting to take real good control in these sort of grouped up 4v4s, 5v5s. They're just that little bit stronger at this stage because of how well S-triple-C is doing as well. He's on track to hit a brilliant timing with a Lincoln Sphere.
Radiant's top tower is under
he's just a bit ahead of the anti-mage. AM does have the Battle Fury now, so this is where the acceleration starts to happen. But yeah, it's the same thing with S-triple-C. That kind of mirror matchup in a way. Now, we still don't have Fly, the Wyvern, level 6 yet either, unfortunately. So
that certainly could make all the difference to these sort of plays that Newbee are going for.
Yeah. I mean, if Newbee has a vision advantage and they get the jump with the global, it's super hard for OG to fight.
S4's going in. He's caught 2 in the cogs here. Did he have the damage follow-up to finish it off? There's the primal split coming in. Snowball's there from the sidelines, connecting the stun onto 2. Chain Frost is out. It's going to only bounce there between the primal split illusions. S4 falling low with the curse will get taken down, but OG themselves have found 2. Can Newbee get anything more out of this? Fly, he's been tracked up, cursed as well. Zip forward from S-triple-C as he looks to close the gap, but there's Fly with the Winter's Curse. TP outplay.
Oh, and they get him with the Ice Shard.
Oh, he gets it with the shards. So OG, S4 with the sacrificial play, absolutely pays off, picking up 3 in return.
Yeah, while the whole time Ana's farming, so that was pretty massive. That was a sick curse by Fly. As soon as he hits level 6, that's the first curse of the game. Perfectly used, perfectly utilized. And yeah, that 2-man cog by S4, just absolutely perfect with the Ice Shard follow-up. And you see N0tail gets this throw up on top of the silencer too, so they can't use the global in the midst of the fight.
This could be smart though, you know, Newbee, they know Ana's farming, they're gonna see him. Oh, he gets the blink! He's too quick with the blink. Some say that would be luck. We'll call it skill. But he blinks out just as they blink in. Ana gets himself away. Okay. Spotted out by Fly here with the Arctic Burn and now the dust. So
Jarax
the rest
here.
of OG coming, but a little short on the shards. Doesn't look like it may matter. He has the Warriors punching the snowball. I'd say that. Looks like the Ice Armor, it's just too strong. They just don't have the damage to beat into that bounty when Faith comes in with the backup. So yeah, Kaka will survive.
Bounty with high natural base armor as well. Just doesn't really take much damage from that Walrus punch. The farm continues.
That's Triple C, obviously looking towards the E-Blade next after the Lincolns, especially some pressure on the top lane. No-Tail's there to play around with him. There is backup for Newbee coming in, so they could look to try and tackle No-Tail. He doesn't have Primal Split available for 30 seconds. Has to be careful on this defense. And indeed he will. Blinks back, keeps himself away. Newbee are bringing the full team up for this tier 2 push. Trying to just force the issue whilst some of these ults, well, so it's only the Primal Split, but still it's a big ult for OG not to have, as they do require it for these team fights.
Oh, press the attacked Morphling split pushing. That is... Whew, that tower drops damn fast. SCCC should be able to pressure this one down top. Doesn't really look like OG cares to try to defend that, since they know all of Newbee is in the vicinity. Should be a tier 2. I
mean, OG probably still feeling quite comfortable in the sense that Ana is really moving along at a great pace. He has the Yasha done, you know, that with the treads and the Battle Fury. That, you know, that's the point where you're feeling relatively obviously, once he has the Manta, that's when he's going to be feeling super happy and knows that he can pretty much go anywhere without being seriously pressured on the map.
Yeah.
But OG, they're coming in for some action. Kaka's there spotting it out. S4 goes across with the hookshot. There's the global as well in response as Newbee look to turn. Jerax falling low with the curse. Zip forward from SCCC. No-Tail does still get off the Primal Split. Jerax is going to be the first to fall. No-Tail turning his attention towards SCCC. Back in the river, KP has found S4. They'll find a second. The Chain Frost starts to bounce around the illusions. Mugi turns towards Fly. Fly keeps himself alive though with the Winter's Curse. Out onto Mugi. The Cold Embrace on himself. It's not enough to stay alive for the full duration of the fight though, as SCCC wave forms forward, picks up another. You got to bear in mind as well, it's 11 for 11, but we're seeing that 6k difference because of the bounty, the track gold really coming into play here. Every kill pretty much in these team fights being a track kill.
And the global just playing such a huge factor. OG they are really lacking damage between their 4 right now. The Wyvern Tusk, Clock, and Panda, it's just an absolute lack of damage versus what Newbee actually has. Like, they don't have the catch for the Morphling, and they need to pretty much have everything go off at the same time. Like, they need to find this silencer. This global is just completely destroying them in these fights. Unable to get the proper follow-up.
Now we're going to see Newbee themselves try and push for another fight, even without that global silence. Feeling as confident as they are because of the lead they have. Power on this Morphling. Mid lane's going to be the target potentially. Jerax and Fly pushing the wave out. Kaka scouting it out for the team. And there's KP with the jump in. Straight away, looking for the Wyvern. And he is gone.
And they're going to get Jerax
Looks like they will as well. He had to get himself in the snowballs. Maybe looking to do some sort of save. But it's not going to come. And more kills going the way of SCCC. Picking up a double. Still 2k ahead of this anti-mage. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's an anti-mage with the Battle Fury and all the farming items when he's being pitted up against this core that's getting so damn involved. Newbee are playing so well around this Morphling. They're getting the kills, they're getting the map control. Now they're getting the objectives as they head into the pit. S4 is there. We could see S4 go for a PogChamp play.
They've got to try. They should definitely try for it this game. Yeah.
There we go. Is he going to try for it? There he goes. Coming in. The Legion's low. KP will get forced out to the side. Oh no! I mean, the Winter's Curse was on him, but he gets forced out of the cog, so none of his team actually hit upon him. The Chain Frost is out onto the Primal Split. There's the global. Anna's in trouble in the midst of it all. Mugi turning with the glaze, bringing the AM down. He's gone. This had ended up being an absolute mess so far. I mean, No-Tail is trying to keep that up, find a kill, but he's not going to get it. As Newbee find the Roshan, get the Aegis. No-Tail blinks himself out. I mean, they got KP. They do get the Lich as well, but at the end of the day, that's not what OG needed. They lose S4, they lose Ana, they don't steal Roche or the Aegis. And, I mean, that was just, you know, but he came in with the cogs. There was the Winter's Curse, and it pushed him away from the team. So the Winter's Curse just didn't attract anyone's attention. We're going to see it here again on the replay, Fogg.
If it was different, it could have really changed
been
everything. It could have really changed absolutely everything. Because No-Tail had like the perfect setup if that was the case, to be able to get everybody. He already almost, look how low everybody actually got there. Imagine if that curse did go off, or if the curse was hitting in the proper time.
They would have just had that bit better of control to follow up, having the 4 of them grouped up as much as they were.
Perhaps
SCCC surviving.
Perhaps the global doesn't come out at that time because of the curse, so Ana doesn't die. Because Ana blinks in, the global comes out, and then an anti-mage, or SCCC makes an anti-mage replicate of him, burning his mana down, and then just the right clicks are too much for him to deal with on top of that global. But Mugi has been in the perfect position to get them off in this game.
And what actually pushed him out of the cog?
I think he just got put in a...
Just a very weird... Oh, maybe did he get forced out?
I didn't see if the silencer actually used
If it was
the
Mugi, that was a pretty tight play.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, Faith is on his own. OG will find the kill. Catch out the Lich. More 4-stars being picked up. Maybe seeing the benefit of it after that last fight.
SCCC is so damn massive. There's the scary thing about dealing with these type of morphs in comparison to an anti-mage is if you're at this point where you're ahead like this, especially like versus like Wyvern, the Ethereal Blade just can kill any of the supports. No tail top.
That's going to be more damage in the bank for KP. As they find another, I mean KP, he's been playing really solid this game. We saw a lot of attention being thrown his way at the start. You know, all three of OG focusing that top lane in the laning stage.
Every game that I've actually seen Newbee playing recently, KP is just always at the top of his game.
Yeah,
always just having spectacular performances.
Bottom lane, Jerax again getting caught out. This is, I mean, SCCC is just running away with this game. He's yet to die. He's 8-0-3 on the Morphling.
Almost 10 CS a minute as well. Keeping it up to par with the anti-mage and getting track kills on top.
And obviously, if OG can slow this down and Ana does continue to farm at the rate he is, they definitely do have this incredibly strong force to pit against the Morphling.
Yeah, but the clockwork is literally stagnated completely. His farm is gone. Bounty Hunter is already 2,000 gold ahead of him. Newbee already has 1, 2, 3, and is that 4 4-steps? 3 4-steps already on their team to deal with S4's clockwork, and they can really do so much with that to actually force the engagements away because clockwork is pretty much one of the only real stuns / disable that OG does have.
Ooh, KP, a little bit of a blunder there. Jumps forward, looking for the blink, but SCCC, he's diving in behind the tier 2 here. He's getting incredibly aggressive. Will get chucked up in the air by No-Tail's primal split. Have they got any sort of control to finish him off, though? The rest of Newbee backing off. SCCC just turns, nukes down Fly there with the Ethereal Blade. And Newbee, they're not done. They look towards Jerax. He has got the Shrine. Newbee will hold back. Can they get in for a quick pick? It's going to be the jump back from No-Tail. Goes for the TP out. Will make it. Nothing to cancel it.
I think they realized, like, as soon as they engaged, it seemed like Ana was on point with being like, hey, yeah, we can't fight this. And he just blinks out and starts going bottom. And yeah, they're feeling the problem of the lack of disables on OG as well. And
that was, you know, Newbee getting a fight, getting an objective with a bit of a whiffed initiation. KP jumps into the trees. They don't even need to use Global Silence, but still OG are unable to take the fight in return. And that was, as well, No-Tail using the Primal Split, not really being able to get much out of it in return for what Newbee found themselves.
They just got to keep stalling for anti-mage to catch up now because of how much of a deficit they're at.
A 12k gold lead at the moment for Newbee, 25 minutes in. Quite the lead indeed. I mean, the bounty pick really, obviously, emphasizing this net worth lead that they've managed to gain. Kaka being in the right place in the right time. As I said, I'd be interesting to see. I feel like very few of these kills have been without the track bonus.
Yeah.
He's always been there placing it out.
They've just been having really good decision-making with their movements. Like that first initial movement to pressure the anti-mage and just the way that how invasive they've been playing in the enemy jungle. It's always them being on the aggression. You don't see these guys hesitating whatsoever. It's only the Morphling pretty much reacting to any type of split push at all.
Got the Blink Dagger now on Jerax, so that obviously extra bit of save potential. That obviously that has got to be missing, you know, where we've seen KP jump in and he's felt that he's been able to do this without the global, but now there's an extra bit of chance for OG to react, pull off the saving plays.
Yeah. I mean, if OG can ever get themselves some Lotus Orbs, some Glimmer Capes or something, they have great ways to be able to counter, of course, the global, and then that's where they can actually deal with the duels. But until then, which is quite a ways away, it's going to be really hard for them to fight into the global unless they find the silencer. And Mugi does not feel, I mean, they don't feel very rushed right now. Newbee's starting to chill out a bit. They still had Aegis for a moment, so they're just making sure they can press their advantage even more and just play the economy game.
Mugi, of course, with the build, getting the Hurricane Pike, and now the Shadow Blade, just having that elusiveness, having that almost certainty, being able to get the global silence out. And just make it that harder for OG to find him at the back lines at the start of fights. And
if you can get a Silver Edge eventually, it's super good versus Panda and Anti-Mage, being able to dispel the Spell Shield and the, of course, Drunken Brawler. That's pretty good choice, because then it forces Clockwork also to have reveal if he gets in the back lines too. He already has Hurricane Pike to get out of the cog, so definitely going for a nice item choice right in this game for Mugi. Ana still trying to continue the split push, but it's pretty much Ana the only one who can actually leave the base. Everyone else on OG is pretty much reserved to their side of the map.
Yeah, no tail. Looking build towards that Hex next. Have some sort of an answer for SCCC, but SCCC continues to get bigger and bigger, very close to having a completed Manta style as well. Top of that Lincoln blade that he already has at this pre-30-minute mark. On the mid lane, Morphling, of course, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Not even a safe lane.
Well, it's dual lane, but
sure, yeah.
Because of the Lich.
Yeah.
SCCC, they've got eyes on him bottom, but he's close to his tower, and they don't have enough lockdown to really control him. Maybe now they're...
What can OG find with this? It's so hard for them to fight. Newbee are going to smoke
wants to
up.
fight here. They drew the line as well.
OG have the high ground, but Newbee, they have the numbers here. Kaka up straight away. There's the jump, but immediately the global silence comes out, and No-Tail, he just gets ripped to pieces. He can't afford to jump in like that with the global still at availability. The Winter's Curse is out, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to be enough damage for the KP's own team to bring him down. And OG, they've not only lost 2, they're going to lose Jerax as well.
And they don't even kill Kaka.
Yeah, they...
Because he just 4 steps after they get it because they don't have the control, and the global just absolutely perfect for Mugi again. I
don't know what the plan was there for. I mean, how jumping in like that? How do you not expect the global to come out? Are you just hoping that S4 somehow magic finds his way towards the silent side? That the global's always going to be there in response, and you know as this brew that you're not going to be able to use any of your spells.
They were trying to separate the fight clearly. You know, the ice shards came out. They tried to trap the bounty hunter there and split the fight up with the Brewmaster on the left side, but yeah, the instant global Brewmaster can't even get split off, just dies in no time to the duel because how much damage Newbee already has, and the fight's already over once Panda doesn't get split off in those type of situations.
Not the fight at all that OG were looking for with that smoke, and the lead just continues to grow here for Newbee.
The Silencer Legion Commander duo is just proving too damn strong right now. 15k gold lead for Newbee. So many deep aggressive wards away as well from Kaka.
It feels like a really smart draft from Newbee. It also feels as well that, you know, obviously with OG, they did pick up that Wyvern as the first pick, but it feels like it's just not been able to do anything this game. We're seeing the Winter's Curse at this stage just because of the ice armor, because of the Legion being able to buff up and stuff. The fact these heroes are pretty beefy, they just don't die to one another.
I mean, that's a really good point. I didn't even say that when I was thinking about it too. The Winter's Curse into Lich Armor. Lich Armor is incredibly good versus all that because of how much it negates, so that's a really good call.
I mean, they're coming back here. I'm surprised they don't have a bit of PTSD at this area of the map. They're looking for another play, and they know that Global's still not quite back up. Anna does have that DD rune. See what it can do, though.
Oh, it's a replicate.
Did OG have their breakfast today? I mean, says 4. He comes in. He does get the 2-man hook shot on the cogs, but Anna jumping in, looking towards KP. The Chain Frost is thrown back out, but OG do bring down the Legion. Can they get anything more out of this? Faith being focused by the illusions. Kaka's out to the top. Does get dusted. No-Tail will blink back. Looking for the chase down there, but SCCC now coming in. Dying to get the big kills. He blows up one. He's looking towards Fly. Flies there with the cold embrace, but still the glaive pure flies through as they find another. It's a bit of +2 for Mugi. So, I mean, they get the Legion, but they're not finding the favorable trade. They're losing 2. They're losing track kills. Roshan literally just spawns. It couldn't be any more perfect for Newbee.
They almost had a good fight going for them for OG.
Almost.
It was very close to looking damn good for them, but then as soon as SCCC shows up, everything gets turned around, and that was the fight without Global. Now Global's online, and now they're going to be playing into Aegis and Cheese on a Morphling. That is extremely difficult to play into. He's already pretty much impossible to kill.
No-Tail being eyed up here, but Sentry and Ob's down. He knows that Kaka's there in the neighborhood. Instantly gets himself out, not looking to mess around with Newbee. SCCC so damn massive stage, keeping himself ahead of what essentially has still been a free farming anti-mage. You know, Anna's not really been put under too much pressure in terms of AM progression. He's not in an amazing place, but he's not in a bad place at all. This is still good farm for AM, which just then goes to accentuate how far ahead SCCC is. SCCC has got 3 around him, but he's a Morphling. He's out of there. What are you going to do? There's nothing they can do. At least until that Hex comes out. Then maybe they've got a chance to catch it.
Yeah, once they get the Hex, once they get the Abyssal Blade, it can make a big difference, and they can actually burn him down. And he's a Morphling, so Morphlings always end up having a big chunk of mana, as we were talking about. He's going for the Eye of Skadi as well in the next build, so he's going to be sitting over like 1,500 mana pool. If he's actually burned down, the Mana Void can be extremely crippling. They are 16,000 ahead, but there's still some signs of life for OG.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've still got the tier 2 bottom. They're obviously yet to lose a tier 3, and they do still have that anti-mage on par with SCCC's Morph.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I know.
Just about dealing with all of them, you know, the combination of the Legion, the Silencer, and the Morph. Mostly it's the Morph, but the Globals have been playing super big factors into this, and they defend top tower. For Newbee. While Ana continues to farm it up, almost level 25. Almost has the Abyssal Blade finished up too, on top of the Lincolns.
And as you say, yeah, with that, and how's Notel looking on the scythe?
He's on his way. He's still about 2,000 gold away, but
okay.
once he gets it, that's an instant disable that they can really use. The thing is that, what we were talking about, Newbee has 3 Force Staffs super early in the game. So Force Staff, of course, very good versus Clockwork, but also can be extremely good versus Hexes. If someone gets Hexed up, you just like double force them out of the engagement, and yeah, they're not really stunned or locked down in a place. They can keep kind of moving around. We do have KP now finishing that Halberd, so they have the way to break the Lincolns on the Anti-Mage to get those duels for Newbee if he's able to isolate him.
We're seeing as well, scouting out Ana. Ana is alone at the moment in his jungle.
He's got the Basher. He's trying to put a little pressure on SCCC.
Jumps for SCCC. The rest of the team coming across. Ana, aware by the switch, just blinking forward, continuing to cut the wave. Newbee do continue to head up this way, sweeping around, but yeah, Ana's out. Cuts the wave, blinks off to the sideline, TP's back to safety.
And he's going to go play in the enemy jungle now. Go all the way bottom, push that lane out, take the enemy jungle as much as you can. Well, I mean, the rest of OG pretty much just has to sit and let the lanes kind of push into them naturally and get some farm, because yeah, they can't really venture too far outside now on OG. If they do, they're just going to get picked off like this by SCCC with the E-Blade. Dead.
Oi, oi, oi. It's a lot of damage.
Gotta watch yourself. It's anyone who goes out there now at this point can be brought down by the combo. Except for Anti-Mage.
SCCC. It's incredible. I mean, what's he going to go for after the Skadi? What's next on his shopping
Can
list?
do Butterfly or BKB. He's going to be doing the BKB.
It's okay.
Much safer versus the Anti-Mage. You don't want to kill your teammates with a Mana Void or just get caught off guard because of that. So they do have Aegis for about another minute and a half or so.
And Ana's doing his best here in terms of cutting the waves, making it as hard as possible for Newbee to break that high ground. Creeps have already gone, fortifications out, and the push will be stopped thanks to Ana. Just, constantly keeping the pressure on despite the position of the rest of his team. Super
nice play there, cutting the creep wave. That would have been
making all the difference.
For sure, tier 3 tower, some damage on the racks as well.
So he's got that money now for the Abyssal Blade completion. Forcing TP's back as KP has to head in, deal with the push.
Hey, maybe they might even go for a fight with this Abyssal. I mean, they're still a bit away from like the Hex, but that's a surprise right there. You can really you can just catch the Morphling off guard if you do have sights of him. And it looks like they're going to be doing a group venture to clear out their woods. I didn't see if they picked up a gem. I don't. Okay, so Tusk does have a gem, so they're trying to clear that vision of their jungle.
SCCC reveals himself.
Does have Aegis still.
He does. And he does still have the replica to go out to. So he's immediately out of that.
Aegis is going to be reclaimed in about 10 seconds, though. So now it's... You know, it still can be a bit fearful. You get caught with one Abyssal Blade, and you're pretty much dead as this Morphling. They just need to be able to break the Lincolns first.
That's the big thing. And obviously, AM himself can't really do so. You know, with the cast animation, the Mana Void, SCCC is going to be quick with fingers to get out before that Abyssal Blade comes in after it. Definitely need the couple of them. Obviously, the big one as well, being that
900 more. Almost there. 900 more gold for that Hex.
And as we were saying, if they kill SCCC, he is going to be worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah, I mean when they have a 20k gold lead, they're going to get a big chunk there.
And he's still yet to die, right? Isn't he? He's got 0 deaths on this Morphling.
Yeah, 1204.
1204, 20k gold lead. I'm going to be interested to see how much money it gives away. It's going to be a lot.
I'm wondering this game if he goes for the 50% replicate damage. I think you should. I think the 400 waveform range is always great, but you're playing versus an anti-mage this game. Like that anti-mage is going to be scaling super hard. That can actually play a big factor into it too. You know, that replicated anti-mage who's 6-slotted can actually just pretty much kill the heroes on OG. They have nothing to do with that illusion.
See what the plan is here. And what does he go for? I can't quite see on this bugged one.
He does take, replicate damage. That was as expected.
As you said.
If you're playing versus late game Agi carry as a Morphling, it means pretty telltale that you should go for the replicate damage majority of the time. So it looks like Satanic is maybe going to be the next item for S-Triple-C. He does have the mask, but he's at it for a while. He might just still go for the BKB, I think, though. I think
definitely once you see, I mean, if No-Tail reveals that the Hex is now pretty much complete, as he is closing in on the money, definitely then.
He's holding on to gold on the Morphling, though. He's still trying to make which decision he wants to make. So Hex now done. They actually have a real form of lockdown on side OG.
See what S-Triple-C's response is going to be in terms of items.
So, also in that last engagement, we didn't really say anything about it, but we did know that Mugi did not go for the Shadow Blade. He went for that BKB.
Oh, he didn't in the
end. Use it earlier, and he's going to be building toward a Hex, which he actually is about to have. So that can also be extremely impactful, the Sheepstick versus the Anti-Mage.
As we talked about as well, S-Triple-C with ways to work around the Hex, but obviously in return, being the fact that No-Tail himself was the one to invest in his own, he doesn't have a lot of ways, well, he himself doesn't have much ways at all of doing anything about being Hexed. Just have sort of backup, you know, maybe a Cold Embrace and a Winter's Curse can kind of keep them off him for the duration and still allow the time for him to have that primal split, but obviously in the state that OG's team is in comparison to Newbee's, it's a lot harder for No-Tail to get something done in these fights than it is for S-Triple-C.
If they can find that silencer and isolate him before the global, that can be their big window to get back into the game. I've just been watching this Legion Commander Replicate bottom lane actually push lanes out because it gets the Moment of Courage procs.
I bet he's getting a lot out of that, yeah.
It actually pushed this whole wave out bottom.
Easy farm. Still, yeah, S-Triple-C keeping himself ahead of the Anti-Mage. Not a lot of times that we see the AM not being top spot. Especially when it is an AM that is, as we've been saying, he's still farming perfectly. He's got 520 CS at 39 minutes. It's not bad. It really is just testament to how well S-Triple-C is doing this game.
Yeah. So we've got Lotus Orb soon for Jerex. That can be absolutely massive. Just be able to remove the global and be able to, you know, switch the way the initiation comes off with the snowball.
Well, that's what S-Triple-C actually going for the MKB, so not the BKB.
Okay.
Has
so
the Demon Edge in his pocket.
Guess he must have seen Ana pick up the Talisman of Evasion and went for that decision instead to be able to actually do damage through him.
I guess feeling confident enough in having the E-Blade, the Lincolns, and Manta that he knows he has ways to play around those sort of single target lockdowns. OG immediately out with the TP from the top lane, did start to push around, but as soon as they're aware that Newbee was sweeping over towards them, they're out of there.
Yeah, they saw
safety.
They saw nothing on the map, right? Bottom, they only saw the replicate for a bit. Mid lane was starting to push in. They were pushing top pretty heavily, and there was no reaction, so they had to expect a smoke from Newbee. 40-minute mark hits. We've got double rune spawning, and the third Roche has respawned. So another Aegis and Cheese. Did they ever use the first Cheese? No, they didn't.
They still got it, I think.
Yeah, Silencer still has the first Cheese.
Still have it on Noogie. And this Roshan, it looks like it will be contested, as OG are indeed on the way over. They're going to look to try and fight across this. They have the smoke. Who's going to make the jump? There's No-Tail going in S4 immediately with the hookshot. Knows he's found someone. There is KP in it, and they have got the vision out upon him. KP pushed up to the high ground. No-Tail forcing back the rest of Newbee with this primal split, but he's going to lose one of the Brewlings. That's the Earth Brewling down. Ana jumping forward. Lincolns gets proc, but KP can't quite get back in for the duel. There's the Winter's Curse. Turns S-Triple-C against Faith as he brings down his own teammate. It's going to be the Lich down. A lot of ults being blown.
S4 did not want that hook shot to hit the Legion. They did not know there was an Invis hero there. I think he was trying to get on top of the Morphling there.
Newbee are back in the pit. They're finishing off this Roche. I mean, can OG go in for a second time without primal split and such? Was trying to walk in, pops the stick charges, but immediately gets the jump, and Ana gets the snatch, takes the Aegis, and now he's ready to fight. Drops the Abyssal down onto Mugi, but Mugi jumps back with G's play. Gorgonzola's it out of there, and he's back up to full health. And look at this range with the Hurricane Pike pummeling into Ana. Ana's forced to blink up to the high ground. S-Triple-C's looking for the chase. Fly goes for the Glimmer Cape TP out. He's going to be fine. S-Triple-C with no vision there. Ana will survive.
That was so clutch by No-Tail. The blink in right next to the pit gets the Hex on the Morphling so that he can't get the last hit. Oh, did he get the last hit actually? Okay, Radiant did get the last hit.
He didn't get the last hit, but Ana got the Aegis and he got out. He still has the Aegis on him on the Anti-Mage.
That's super important.
But still, as we're saying, definitely the issue being that they couldn't kill S-Triple-C. They just have to run from this Morphling. Ana has a DD. Thought he was going to blink in and go for some plays, but he blinks back.
The fight didn't go perfect for either side there, though, at all. No, OG could have definitely had it. I mean, if that hook shot hit the target that it looked like S4 was going for the Morphling, or I believe for the silencer on the side there.
Yes, at the very start, yeah.
Then that could have been a completely different engagement from the start.
Overall, though, considering the fact that OG are 24k gold behind, the fact that they were at least able to get in there and steal the Aegis and not lose too much in return and still get kills themselves, you know, bringing down KP, bringing down Faith, I think they take those sort of even trades. You know, the fact that they stop Newbee getting the Aegis, because say Newbee got the Aegis and Cheese there, they could close the game up.
Yeah,
this
I mean,
way,
killing the
OG keep it going.
Killing Morphling once is already obviously proving to be a massive issue. Killing him twice. Looking now, though, OG with this Aegis, they're looking to get aggressive themselves. They know Global's still down for a bit. It's their time to make something happen. Nice little tower siege.
To go, yeah.
A little bit of surge of income for his teammates. Ana's like, here you go, guys. I'll rain on you guys some gold. Much needed. Jarek's about to have that Lotus Orb finished up. It's going to be, that could really turn the tides of it to get those saves. Like, usually, I mean, usually when I'm thinking OG, I'm always looking at Jarek's performance and how much impact he's having as these 4 roles. But this game, he hasn't really had the chance just because of the lineup he's playing versus. He just gets global, and he's like, guys, I can't do anything.
The global has just been so strong this game. Item-wise as well, it looks, we're actually going to see Ana look for the Diffuse Blade as his next item. Bit of chase down.
So I'll be able to break the Lincolns as well, so we can get the Abyssal Blade afterwards.
Sure. Nice against the Ice Armor, of course, as well, as we see that's just such an incredibly strong spell, even at these later stages of the game. Provides so much survivability.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things the Diffusal Blade is good for in this game. Not only just mana burning more on the Morphling, but yeah, breaking those Lincolns, and of course, yeah, removing the armor can be very nice. Very cool pickup. We saw Miracle. We've seen Miracle do that build a few times, but the most recent was Dream League that we did cast, and we saw.
And he normally picks it up earlier, doesn't he?
Yeah, he picks it up like second or third.
Yeah.
But this, you can see the reason why, so it makes sense for him to actually go for those pickups.
Still yet to invest, and we know these pro players, he still could change his mind.
Yeah.
He has it queued up at least, and saying definitely.
Absolutely true.
Thing to pick it up for. No Hotel, of course, yeah, looking for those Lotus Orbs as well, multiple. The side of OG get it done. It's global and such. In fact, OG, they're coming. They're storming across. They want to use this Aegis on Ana.
They had a ward down, so they're trying to get something before Newbee actually saw it. But yeah, Newbee dewards it, and they all back up very quickly. Bottom lane pushing in pretty heavily. Someone from OG is gonna have to respond to that one, get that nice little juicy farm.
I mean, really.
But S-Triple-C's coming in.
Oh,
he's got a replicate at base.
He's going for the rat play. Comes in for a bit of a tickle.
And he's gone.
He's just teasing around with him there on the bottom lane.
I mean, he doesn't see the other 3 heroes, so he can die super easily now with that Abyssal Blade.
There's no point taking those risks.
Yeah.
I mean, what does he do with his slots days? He's got upgraded bots, he's got 6 major items, and he's got 5k gold in the bank.
It's the BKB's the next big one.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be having to swap items out a lot. BKB Satanic. I mean, he'll have to just swap him out during the fights. Maybe after he uses Manta, he can switch the Satanic in, or by BKB, or vice versa. Something along those lines. OG, about 40 more seconds left on that Aegis. They're trying to force something, since Ana is extremely powerful right now.
There we go. Nice pickup as well from the Silencer. Has the Lincoln some more chance to get off that global escort with the vision. Sin immediately pops the Linkers, but there's the teammate play. Forces Mugi back to safety. He'll get himself back up to the high ground. Does pop the BKB. Doesn't panic too much, and in fact, with the Winter's Curse onto Mugi? Mugi may just be gone, and he is. Ana jumps up to the high ground. They get the big kill, and that's actually Silencer down for 80 seconds. I'd say the Lincoln Sphere purchase was nice, but it of course means he does not have buyback for this. And that is going to be 1 down for an incredibly long time at this late stage of the game. 46 minutes in, no Silencer for 70. Saw S-Triple-C trying to react and get a kill off the way, on the way out as OG escaped, but he was unsuccessful.
Fly, that curse was just absolutely perfect. Everyone just wailing on him.
Big late game plays from OG indeed.
50 seconds, there's no buyback, so they've got some little bit of time to breathe. And a bottle with the DD rune. Honestly, thank you. So did he decide to switch anything? He just built a Moon Shard, yeah.
Just went for the Moon Shard, yeah. Just picked it up now. Still holding off on those other purchases. I mean, we're seeing players, as you say, from Fly. Right? They can set up for those kills as such.
I mean, that's a big swing in momentum. That's a 6k.
Yeah.
It's only 6k gold swing, but it's the fact that OG's far behind and they're able to do those kind of plays.
It really is. They're pressuring the base of Newbee when they're 20k behind.
Yeah.
Newbee do to stop this? No touch.
Oh, they're going in.
The Hex. They do get it. Gets purged off there by the Legion. Wars Punch, but Jerax is in trouble. Jumped on by KP. The Jewel's there, but there's the Winter's Curse. Fly buys a little bit of time for Jerax. Does manage to set up for the kill on Kaka. They'll lose Jerax at the end of it all. SCCC now jumping forward. Look at the nuke heroes down. There's the E-Blade into the nuke for the Legion Commander. That's going to be 2 gone. SCCC sets up for the double kill. This time, Newbee able to stick their teeth into OG and push them out of the base. Now they themselves in position to go down the middle lane. Buyback available on both No-Tail and Fly.
Ooh, they really wanted to just jump and instantly blow them up in some form, but that's still a very risky play when you're seeing it. Silencer's about to respawn. You know that these guys have triple 4 staffs. You know they have like solar crests and medallions. There's a lot of defensive capabilities coming from Newbee. Definitely a little bit of an overextension from OG there, and they're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah, Brewmaster has to buy back.
Buyback.
And that's what Newbee want. They see the buyback, they back off.
Yep.
They're happy with that. Wait for Roche in a minute. We'll see when it's back up. Newbee, of course, hoping for the shorter respawn so they can keep the pressure on, whilst that buyback is still on cooldown from No-Tail. There we have it, as we can see on the graph. What a crazy game it's been, reaching up to that 26k. And as you say, each of these fights, because of how much Newbee's heroes are worth, OG can swing that back round in pretty sizable chunks because of the value that these heroes are carrying on Newbee.
The one issue is still though, like it's anti-mage versus the world still. Sure, they have like Hex and they still have the Panda Split, but these guys are not really scaling. They're getting, you know, they got Lotus Orb for Jerax on the Tusk, but everybody else is pretty much completely stagnated for a long time. Like, just look at the net worth. We see Clockwork 9k, Tusk 8k, Wyvern 6, and Panda only at 13. Look at those numbers. I mean, that's the 26k differential that we're talking about here.
Just the numbers we're seeing in some of these individuals. Value at the moment, 7k on that AM. Oogie eyeing up a Moonshards next. Continues to scale as we've seen pretty well. Obviously, it still suffers when he has an anti-mage and his own team turning against him thanks to the Winter's Curses. So
we've got the Moonshard eaten by Morphling, and the BKB is inside the backpack, okay. plus buyback gold.
You're going to see OG come over once again to Newbee's half of the map.
They know there's a ward up there now.
That's going to put a bit of a hold to that movement from OG. They don't want Newbee to be able to season late.
Next Roche will be the big one.
Radiant's top
that movement, that D-Water, OG certainly in the better position.
OG does see everyone control. Right now.
Yeah,
okay.
this is OG. Good vision advantage around pit. Minute and a half and a couple of minutes until Roshan is back up. Definitely important bit. Be in, quick D-Ward to D-Ward. Control back either way. Playing around with these illusions then. In fact, S4 who wants to go in. He hooks up there and he's gone. S4! He's dead! Just like that. He's in. He did bait the global silence. He's going to be saying job done, and maybe it is. He is going to be back up before Roshan's there. And there is going to be no global. So S4 with the next level plays.
I guess maybe. Because Ana, that was bizarre, because Ana blinked on the high ground and didn't have Blink Up or Manta ready just yet. And S4 just goes in while they hex, but it looked like No-Tail went in and hexed as well. So they looked like they wanted to do something, but something was on a different page there.
Yeah.
Ana has to go back, and now, like you said, pro players tend to switch their item choices. The Diffusal Blade is no longer the item, and Bloodthorn is the item.
Bloodthorn. Bigger goal.
Yeah, same kind of concept to break the Lincolns, but then it's an even better, I mean, just a way better item because it's, you know, an actual like tier 4 item in comparison to like a tier 2 item. Well, as I was saying, S4 is back. We'll see if they can do anything whilst that global silence is down. I mean, that would obviously be the dream for OG, if they can try and abuse that timing. Still very hard to do so as well. See, we've seen during this game Newbee very able to still take fights without the global. It's just a bit of an added luxury for them. The situations. No-Tail with the late game arcane boots. Yep, almost with the Lotus Sword for himself, about 1200 gold away from that. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Oh no, he wasn't. So it's okay. No, yeah, he's going to disassemble the arcane. Yeah. The river at the moment. Watched by Newbee. Newbee's got high ground advantage right now. They break the Lincolns as well. Picks up an invis. Sentry is down there for Newbee. They see a DD bottom, honestly. On my way.
And obviously, as we've seen the room play at this stage of the game, it's so game-changing. Yeah, having a DD on your core 52 minutes in, it really does make all the difference.
They may actually just try to go for a jump with it.
Yeah.
Especially because he's invis as well.
I mean, S4 is back, and if there's anyone that's going to want to jump in, it is going to be S4. He's going to be wanting to rumble.
Roche has spawned. S4 continues using rocket flares so they can scout that high ground.
Ana really respecting each and every time that his Lincolns gets popped, he's out of there.
During all this, though, we take a look at this bottom wave. This is a gigantic double catapult wave that OG has pushing in. So at some point, CC does have to respond. He does have the replicate, but it could give OG a window to try to make something happen. They see him bottom.
Look, with the DD, he just walks into the pit and he's ready to go. Newbee, they got to head in and do something about this. It's falling quick. Kaka's in with the vision. Ana blinks out immediately. What are you doing about a third of the life of Roshan? CC elsewhere, just getting these lanes pushed back out. He's really starting to amp up the pressure on the top lane.
He's starting to do the split push as well, with playing around with his replicates with that bo2. Threatening top, forcing reaction.
Yeah, and this is going to pull OG back.
And he's got the replicate in the pit, jumps right in. It's already half HP. They've got the solar crest on it as well.
OG have got to come back down it. Can they get her in time? No-Tail jumps forward with a clap. Kaka is going to have the hex removed. In comes the wall, giving vision. Ana jumps in. Oh, he's going to look for it, but no, he gets instantly hexed. Ana caught out, the chain frost upon him, and Ana's down. Newbee get Roshan, get the Aegis, and they may even be able to get silences out. Jump forward from CC as he looks towards S4. The clock's down. Ana's going to buy back for this one. Jerax committing very deep with the snowball, does get the blink out in time. CC pops the BKB. Winter's Curse from Fly holds back, but no, CC still able to waveform away from it all. Ana blinks away despite buying back for this. Can't get his teeth stuck in. So they lose S4. Ana buys back. Newbee with the Aegis in hand on Mugi.
Aegis in. Now they have 2 cheeses as well on Legion. He just get instantly after Lincoln gets broken from the track, instant hex into a global, and no one can follow up to really help him.
If Ana goes down, it could be game over. He gets shoved forward. Blink back. CC with the split push, focusing on the top lane. This fortification comes out from OG. 10 seconds until S4's back in. And they hold this. Newbee, they've got strong push with that Morphling. Safe push as well. Back up there, does get hexed up. Immediately though, the saves there from KP as he gets purged off. There's the Ethereal Blade coming out onto No-Tail. It's not quite enough to kill him. S4 jumps forward. CC as well.
Ana.
To finish up Ana. Ana's blinked into this. The Cold Embrace and the Snowball Saver there. OG with the classic saving people making questionable plays, and Ana gets back out. Will be able to blink back to safety. Jerax, there's no saving for him. He says, I died for you, Ana. You better not screw this one up, boy. As Jerax is down for 70, he does have buyback. But Newbee, they're ready to push in once more. Up onto the high ground, looking for this tier 3. Ana, is he going to jump? He is. Looks for CC. Lincoln's is popped. Tracks out upon him. And Newbee, they're back up again. Jewel is available. No-Tail jumps in, looking for the ult, but immediately gets hexed. Flies there again with the save. Cold Embrace buys time. Jerax has to buy back. Feeling the pressure, feeling the heat. Knows that his team needs him at this time where the saves are absolutely crucial.
KP passes CC a cheese just to reset him up to full. Then keep the siege. 38,000 gold lead now for Newbee.
Diffusal Blade pick up from Ana at this stage. Everything is needed.
He couldn't afford the Bloodthorn, so he needs something to be able to break that Lincoln's.
CC gets another tier 3 up on the top lane, cleans it out. Both tier 3s down. The middle rack starting to take a bit of damage. Newbee with no intention of backing away from this push at this stage. 39,000 gold lead. CC looking for Ana, man to start and blink out. Plays it safe, but the wave's getting pushed in once again. S4 hooks in, finds Kaka, but there's the jump in for KP, but KP gets focused. Jerax, they're in time with the snowball save, buying them time around the global silence. KP continue to get focused, silence onto Ana, he's being caught in brace. Can he get himself out of there? He's healing up, can he jump away? There's the blink out just in time, but Newbee, they're swarming in. KP jumps forward, looking to finish off Ana. Ana again gets the blink out because Fly's there with the Winter's Curse to hold back KP, who gets taken down by SCCC. Buyback from Fly. Jerax is still in the game. S4 buys back as well. No-Tail's down. He does not have buyback available. Kaka gets blown up by the Mana Void. CC waveforms back. Jerax is there with a snowball. There's the Hex. And jumping in, trying to finish off CC. KP's there with a heal, with a save. Glimmer Cape settles to CC, who turns towards Ana. Ana with a blink out just in time. Fly trying to save the anti-mage with the Glimmer Cape. They've got the vision. They've got the damage. and it gets taken down by the blast from the Lich as OG are forced back to the base. GG is called, and we finally seal the deal here with this game 1. Whew.
Damn, they played so well around the global though, honestly. I have to give a lot of props to Newbee. OG just suffering a bit too much, unable to take the fights, and yeah, they just started progressively getting more and more behind for those tracks, and Newbee overall had incredibly good movements on the map. That first movement toward top to slow down the anti-mage a bit. Same sides as well.
Yeah.
Radiant Newbee, Dire OG, Dire first pick. And yeah, OG takes the Wyvern, and it's like identical bans.
Absolutely
banning out
identical.
all the fours.
Absolutely identical.
Don't think we'll see Newbee do the same thing, though. The Lich might still be one of the heroes, but I don't know if they'll go for the Lich and the Legion Commander.
The Lich seemed pretty good against the Wyvern.
It did seem very good. It was good for the Wyvern, and it was just great for the laning phase. That's the reason what allowed SCCC to be so berserk inside this entire game, was this Lich just babysitting through in the laning phase and allowing him to become that driving force. And the fact that he was first 0 stuns, of course, but let's see what adjustments they do make.
Well, they do it. I wouldn't be surprised if they picked the same opener. I really wouldn't. It was not bad at all. KP had quite the game on that Legion.
Maybe this time they go for the Shadow Shaman puck because they do like it so much.
Oh, well, they're changing it up.
Okay, they're changing it up.
I'm always happy to see them change it up. You know, they did win with that last drop, but we'd like to see a bit of variety here. We've certainly been getting that, of course, over the first day so far, with an incredible variety of heroes being picked up.
It seems like Newbee's doing like a... I'm just going to throw it out here, but this could be KP's hero here for the Void. I think it's also still possible to be Mugi's, but what it seems to me is that they're going to be going for more than one carry. They're going to be going for toward that late game, because they're seeing OG doing these like 4 protect 1 lineups a lot.
Oh, I love it.
And they're going for this. So, okay, right away. They're
Have
going
we had much AA?
Void. Definitely had
We
one.
have had it.
Yeah.
We've definitely had it, okay.
Yeah, we had 4 AAs as of yesterday.
All right. Obviously, fantastic with the Void. Fantastic against the Wyvern as well. Someone that's able to capitalize on that, on punishing that Cold Embrace hold.
In 2 different ways. Because not only can he Ice Blast it, but he can also use his Cold Feet on it.
True,
It automatically allows a proc to stun afterwards if they do get Cold Embraced. And then, of course, you know, the setup with the Void. This is just a classic combo we see coming out from teams, the Void AA. Or just Void with any type of hero that can throw their ultimate inside of it, inside the Chrono.
Now, what the OG do in response? I mean, the Tusk doesn't necessarily feel like a bad hero to pick in this situation, but we saw last game Jerax, he just wasn't able to get much done with it, was he? Even though, you know, you feel it was there for the saves. A lot of it, of course, down to the silencer pick, which is still in the pool, and maybe OG have to be a little worried about that coming through again, because it certainly could. You know, Void Silencer, again, very strong, having that Chrono, making sure that no one can help from outside of it.
I want some Jerax Pudge or something coming out. Not in the first 2, but okay. Earthshaker, this is a flex pick. They don't really know exactly where it can go. It can be the 4, it can be S4's hero. We've been seeing it being run in both roles. We've even seen it ran mid a couple times. I'm not sure if at this tournament, but in the past. And it's a good hero that just to stop, you know, the aggression coming out from the Void and the A, and it pairs super well with the Wyvern, as we mentioned in the previous series. You get a nice curse off, you can get a great setup for an Echo Slam, or vice versa.
Interesting ban, the Naga Siren.
Naga ban.
Obviously something that we've seen OG do in the past, and definitely something that I think in the Chinese scene at least, teams do pick against the Void, because it's just so strong against that Chronosphere. It literally just stops anything from going down if he doesn't catch that Naga Siren in the Chrono. So Newbee just not wanting to deal with any sort of hard counter as such to the way that they're going to want to play. Yeah,
I mean, it's just a super annoying hero, and it makes setting up these kind of like big ultimates a lot easier when you do have the sleep, especially for OG. They're like the kings. They were the kings at using the Naga at that point to use the setup, the sleep into Black Hole, sleep into Disruptor ulti, be it whatnot, when they used to pick that hero. And the Pugna gets banned out by OG this time around.
I'm gonna be interested to see if they leave that silencer in the pool, OG, because I really feel that we saw last game how much of an issue it caused, and already with the Wyvern and the Shaker, these are 2 heroes that it's not going to be fun to play against that global. It really isn't.
Then they do have a Void too to kind of start the fights. However, that would make their ultimates very high cooldown. You know, then it's like the Chrono and the global both have to be up for you to take the fights, and those are both 2-minute cooldowns rather than any pickoffs. And then they have, I guess they could run the silencers, of course. So it's a possibility. I don't know if Newbee will go for that same kind of style though after revealing it in the last game.
We'll see what OG do take out here. See Newbee with the Arc Warden ban.
Taking out both of those heavy split pushers.
Yeah. And again, another hero that can kind of cause issues for the Void, you know, if you don't catch him in the Chrono. A lot that he can throw out into the Chronosphere, you know, just throwing out his own bubble, making sure that it's hard for the Void to get in position to actually get the right clicks through onto an enemy. Can cause a lot of issues as such.
Yeah, I mean, they know that OG likes the hero too. They know that No-Tail likes to play it.
OG taking their time with this one, going into the reserve, and it's going to be the puck pick.
Okay. So I mean, Newbee has really been liking the puck in the previous games that they have done. They've drafted it a lot first too. Pretty crazy seeing how the Shadow Shaman's just not being favored by both these teams just now. Could still be picked up, of course, for either. We've seen Faith play it. We've, of course, seen Fly play it, but there already is a Wyvern in play and an Ancient Apparition. I don't know if they want a Shadow Shaman AA combo for Newbee. Doesn't sound the greatest to me.
Ah, Shackle and Cold Feet can be nice, can't it? But it's very squishy.
Yeah, you wanted some other type of frontliner, ideally.
Yeah. Well, what did they pick up? Was it the Silence they got third last time around this stage of the draft?
Yeah.
Feeling sort of Moogie's hero, even though obviously at the time it was, you say, a sort of flex pick.
Yeah, it was still left open. I mean, the Lich is still in play if they want to go for the Faceless Void Lich combo. It's also still the same thing, though. Then it's Lich AA, and it's maybe a little weird, but I mean, teams are really liking the Lich. However, it's not really versus any physical type damage just yet. It's versus only magical.
I wonder if these are the kind of guys to pick up a Nature's Prophet and try and get that 1v1 against the Shaker. We saw yesterday the Empire vs Infamous series, Ghost Stick absolutely ruler a 1v1 between an MP and a Shaker, so they may look at that Shaker and try and pick up someone that's going to win a 1v1. Just going to be the secondary support.
Okay.
Rubik to be revealed.
Pretty good spells to steal. Cool old school combo we used to see a lot. The AA Rubik can roam nicely. Then it gives them a little bit of like the no field can be decent versus some of the magical damage that's coming out from OG. But yeah, being able to steal Fissure or Splinter Blast will be super nice.
Yeah, and something that does have that hold to set up for the cold feet in the laning stages and making those rotations. These two, it's a strong Roman pair. They're gonna go for it again, though.
They go for the brew again.
They're going for it. You said you weren't a huge fan of this kind of 4 protect 1, were you, from OG in game 1 against Newbee's lineup?
Not crazy about it, no.
I mean, they might not necessarily be going for that again because they could do the Wyvern Shake because
we still have
S4 offlane.
Exactly.
The brew. Yeah, they still have that flexibility.
Picking the brew into Rubik though is a bit, can be a bit hard because it's an instant disable with the lift, and after the brew split ends, you can almost always be able to steal it. If you're in a good position or if you survive the fight, you are in a good place to steal that split a lot of the time. So already looking like a nice Rubik game if he's able to actually get those spell steals.
Question about that at all.
The brew though, the nice thing is like if the Void does get a Chronosphere off and the brew's not inside of it, he can really disrupt not only the Void, he can throw the Void in the air, or he can go for the backlines and mess everything up. Oh, we've got an SCCC Invoker. Oh hell yeah, I'm actually so excited. I love watching this guy play Invoker. It's he's actually one of my favorite. When he first debuted playing versus Sumail, I forget what was it, it was like an MDL or something, I believe it was, like quite a while back. He first played it, and that was when we saw like SCCC outlane Sumail for like one of the first times we've seen Sumail been outlaned, and SCCC played Berserk on the Invoker. I love this guy's Invoker.
I've got it so far. I'm looking at these drafts, and I'm feeling scared for OG. I'll be honest. This is the Newbee lineup. Invoker, AA, Void.
It's greedy.
You think it's greedy? Well, just having the Void. I mean, we still don't know, I guess, if the Void is safe lane or off lane. It could still be a solo lane Void.
It is a bit greedy. These heroes all take some time to get online.
Okay.
You're saying you like the OGs or Newbees?
Newbees.
Oh, I thought you said OG.
No, I'm saying I like Newbees.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you agree? You like Newbees.
I like Newbees. It's a little bit slow. It does take time to get on because, Invoker takes time. But the A and the Rubik supports can make a lot of stuff happen around the map. They have a very good dual roaming potential. Make space.
What do we got here? Dun dun dun. It's going to be the Ana TA.
So they did save it for counter pick versus the Invoker.
Yes, and I imagine with that, I mean, No-Tail could still run the brew in the safe lane.
Yeah, they used to do it all the time in the past.
So it could still be, it could still be that 1 or 2 brew, and but it could still be the S4 brew.
The Visage ban. They thought maybe it could still be like a Visage safe lane or something like.
I mean, they think what we're saying as well. Having the brew as being the off lane role, and then picking something else for No-Tail in the safe lane.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess it could have still been Bruce safe lane, off lane Shaker, support Wyvern with the support Visage or something.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they still could have done something along those lines. So OG does have a little bit of variety in how they can lane, depending on what they see from Newbee. Newbee's got some scary team fight, but so does OG at the moment.
OG's turn to pick. Newbee's turn to
They ban the Sven, and they take the PL.
Okay, so I like this already much more from OG.
Yeah.
It isn't the 4 protect
one.
Not
the 4 protect one.
You have got S4 on the brew on his off lane, and you've got No-Tail this time playing something a bit heavier, a bit harder hitter, late gamer, getting that PL up with that TA. And this is much better than game 1 from OG draft wise, I think.
And they've got much harder to kill heroes, and right now the damage on Newbee is lacking. Once Invoker is able to get online and he actually is like, you know, with Aghanims or something, he can actually do some more damage. But Void, AA, Rubik, they definitely lack damage inside of the Chronosphere till Invoker is online versus PL and Templar Assassin. Also, their catch is not the greatest versus a Phantom Lancer. They pretty much have to get him in the Chrono to be able to kill him once he gets online, of course. Early on, he's pretty weak. He does take some time.
What do they take here? Is that final pick? Is it going to be the safe lane? It is. They're going to go for the Alchemist, so it will be the off-lane Void. They're picking up that safe lane Alch for
Safe
Mugi.
lane Alch.
By the looks of it, yeah, it's got to be with Invoker in the middle lane. So the old school safe lane Alchemist running this game. As indeed, yeah, KP grabs the Void, SCCC on that Invoker. I've not seen an outgame in a while. I'm excited for this one. At the same time, though, if a team's going to know how to work around an out, OG, you know, these guys, they know a lot about this hero. They play it a lot themselves in the past. They've dealt with it a lot in the past. Are they ready to deal with the Alchemist in 2017? That is the question.
Can they get the pressure going? I don't know. Newbee's looks a bit greedy. It does. Okay. Like Alchemist, Void, Invoker. These three cores, they take a while to actually be able to do stuff, make stuff happening. But that being said, if they can get away with the greed, it can prove extremely beneficial to them. Can OG actually punish it? They have pretty damn strong lanes, and they have good ways to be able to actually punish the Invoker too. With the Wyvern and with the Earthshaker. So, I mean, we'll see how this plays out. It's a much better draft coming out from OG this time around. But yeah, it's an Alchemist safe lane. I have not seen Alchemist safe lane in...
I've not seen Alchemist full stop, to be fair. I know it has been picked here, hasn't it, right?
Alch, I believe, was picked once yesterday, and it won, and it had like 990-something GPM or something like that, yeah.
Wow. We're getting it this game. Mugi on the Alch. I'm excited to see how he builds it as well. Do you still absolutely always just go for the Naga style farm up the map build? Is there any chance we see any sort of battle build from the Alchemist in this age?
I think this Radiance, Manta, Octarine, it's too strong. The build up is too good, and it just scales way too hard into later stages. And it accrues you way too much gold to be able to throw into your teammates as well. That's the nice thing, is they have the Alchemist, and you look at all their heroes, every single one of them can receive an Aghanims, of course.
That's true, yeah. They are all going to be wanting one. Who gets priority, do you think? I imagine at the pace the game goes, SCCC is still going to build his own. He'll build his own. He should more than likely build his own. I don't think Mugi wants to prioritize getting one that early. No. I mean, Void and AA both can be very good. I think the Void is probably the better one. AA's is neat, you know, it's great having that, but it's nothing like super specific. It's only Cold Embrace right now. That's the big heal that he'll stop. While Void, the Chronosphere gets dropped down to 60 seconds, and that's their big team fight on the side of Newbee. So I'd imagine it would be the Void who gets it, whenever he gets it. I mean, we'll talk way later down the lines. Starting themselves with 4 heroes bottom, making sure they can guarantee themselves that bounty rune. No Till up top by himself for now. So KP again, starting out with same items. Poor man's shield with the tangos. Feeling like he should be able to force a good amount of experience versus a Wyvern PL dual lane. Probably expecting Jarex to start bottom to give S4 a nice fissure block start since he's on Dire, so he'll get a nice actual couple waves on the Panda. And then it's what happening. Jarex already moving down toward that bottom lane to fissure block it. So Jarex can get some nice starting levels. KP getting zoned off the rune, forced to time walk away. So we get a 2-for-2 bounty rune trade. And of course, though, it is an Alchemist who gets it, so a little bit more gold for him. Yeah, it looks like, during this laning stage, I wonder if we are going to see OG send a second member towards the mid lane to help out Ana if they do simply leave him alone. At the moment, it looks like they're going to leave it. There's the straight 1v1 between Ana's TA and SCCC's Invoker. And
Ana should definitely win that matchup. Yeah. It's a very heavily favored TA for TA. So yeah, Jarex does block bottom, and not only that, did they not only fissure block bottom, but they block both pull camps. So Rubik AA, 2 heroes that really suffer on needing levels, so they want to be able to pull. And now, not only that, they can't pull the lane back. So S4 should be able to get a good chunk of experience down here without too much worry.
We're seeing mid lane already. Jarex has come round, and he's looking for an opportunity to try and make a play onto SCCC. Has the fissure. It's a good block as well. SCCC's going to make the long way round. Not enough damage really from Ana to do too much, but again, it's just making this lane, go from easy to even easier for Ana in these early levels.
He has to walk all the way around.
Yeah,
misses the whole wave. Misses 2 CS so far. If Ana's able to get a couple more denies, he's going to miss 3. Yeah, so misses 3, almost 3 full creeps of experience, or 2.5.
Bottom lane, we're seeing S4 have to deal with the fun of the chilling touch here. Faith with the harassment.
wave will naturally push out, but they do actually find the D ward on the hard camp, so they are able to kill it, and they do have it open, so they're able to pull it.
Mid lane. They may just get this killer. They drag Ana back. He does still have the refraction, so he should be safe, to be fair, with the refraction available. In fact, he's holding on to it here. Whew. Living on the edge, has the salve. Ana, he knows what he's doing. He's got the control there.
He did the math.
Okay.
Haka, though, just staying in mid now for the time being. They know they can't really zone off the Panda anyway. But that being said, Panda does get frozen up bottom by the cold feet. Getting chased.
Low. Nice little play there from Jarex, though. Throws the Fisher up from the low ground. Time and space created for S4 to back up. Get himself away. To be fair, looking at the CS, it looks like Mugi's not really having a perfect time down in the CS. I guess the the brew with the mischance, throwing out that alcohol, slowing him down.
Yeah, the mischance is super obnoxious.
Yeah.
Mugi having to also last it under several range creeps can make it a little bit more difficult because of the way the lane's been constantly pulled back by OG.
Brew pick certainly working out in terms of slowing him down. Mid lane CS, Ana still with the lead, 12 for 7.
Yeah, he should win pretty handily. SCC's getting his levels now though, so he's got the level 2 Forge Spirit, so it helps a bit. But Jarex coming in, they do spot him though with that Observer Ward placed in the river. They know that he's in the vicinity to try to go for the block. SCC's starting to back up already.
There's Jarex with the wraparound, ready to play with this once more.
But that being said,
there's
though,
the block. They're not going to be able to do a fair bit of damage here. Kaka is there to try and back him up.
Still trapped.
It's not enough. SCC down.
Oh,
Jarex making the plays, making the rotations.
Oh, they pinged for him too. They were pinging, saying, "Oh, Jarex coming your way." I guess he just didn't really think that they would be able to get the perfect trap and kill him. Slight little mistake there, definitely coming out from SCC. And we do see Jarex with his earlier movement. He placed a ward deep inside the enemy jungle to watch whenever the Invoker does go to jungle, because he's gonna go to jungle at some point because Templar Assassin's gonna crush him so hard in this lane. So being able to watch where he's farming, very relevant.
Up on the top lane, no Tails farm so far, looking pretty good. 16 CS. KP's Void not being too much of an issue really. He's been forced back a couple of times to base, only now just keeping himself out. Again though, he's still finding the levels like he was on the Legion game we saw in game 1. And definitely, KP being KP, we can expect him to have this slow but steady start. He's not going to feed, and he's still going to be able to offer a lot once he hits the 6. Bottom lane though, S4. Cold feet kicks in, and Newbee, they will be able to catch out the brew.
Having the unstable concoction level, allowing them to connect to that cold feet. S4 just underestimating how much damage it really would do.
That should help.
Do we have ancient stacks during all this? We do, since Jarex has been playing around bottom and mid lane. Triple ancient stack for Ana, and not only that, Jarex has arcane boots already, so he did get that first blood.
He did, yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense.
From that.
I was like, damn, he got those very early. So really good for him and very good for his team, because mana boots in this game are actually really important for all of his heroes. PL is a hero that likes to not have their own mana type item; they only want to have the Aquila. So having arcane boots early on is very good for that and the Panda, the Brewmaster.
Bottom lane, Kaka actually looking to wrap around, but S4 has his eyes upon him. Kaka holds him back with the telekinesis.
Jarex is trying to come there with the Fissure.
4 seconds,
though. 2 seconds, 1. Oh, Kaka doesn't know he's on cooldown.
So there's the Fissure coming out, and with the collapse slow from S4, they're going to be able to take down this Rubik almost certainly. Tries to get himself up to the high ground, but S4's there with the last touch.
Oh, I don't think he knew that. I think he was like, oh, I'm going to get blocked here on this ramp, but it was still on cooldown for a couple of seconds. So a little unfortunate for him not knowing that Fissure was down.
Jarex certainly making the plays. We saw in the Tusk game it was not necessarily the start that we kind of expect from Jarex in terms of rotations, but game 2 he's making magic happen on this Shaker.
Yeah, it definitely has changed up already. He's going to keep making those movements, playing around bottom and mid over and over again. Mid now.
It's going to need some help because Ana is being focused by 3, and here we have, it's a very strong gank. Cold feet, telekinesis. There's no way that Ana can escape from that. It's that duo. It gets the kill every time. If Kaka hits the telekinesis, the only person that can really kind of save is if they bring a Wyvern in, but still they've got a fair bit of magical and the Sunstrike as well.
Bottom.
SCC's potential, there's Pure
Mugi,
as well.
The smoke does break. I don't know if they're going to be able to get in range. They are. Jarex is there with the Fissure as well.
Could have a concoction to throw out and buy himself some time as he tries and makes his way back towards the tower, but indeed it's not going to be enough as the 3 surround him, bring him down. Faith is there trying to find something in response, does actually get the kill onto Fly, but OG looking to punish him as well. No, they're not going to quite make it. Kaka with the telekinesis holdback keeps Faith alive, and now Kaka's turning with the Fade Bolt. He's only gone and done it, takes down Jarex in return, and he'll even get the range creep. That's a feels good man for the Rubik. as he holds it off down bottom and is able to get something in return.
Took them a bit longer than they wanted to have to kill that Alcap since he has treads and a helm already. A bit tankier than they had probably initially expected. They also wanted to be able to get a better wraparound. They were walking in with the smoke, and Alchemist actually stepped up and broke it. So they had to get like a weird kind of approach the way they took that fight.
Jerax, see what his movements are to be next. Has that ward. We'll see where he wants to get that place down.
The ancient stacking continues for Ana. A triple stack on his ancient camp and so 2 triple stacks on both ancients.
Oh, look at this
KP
well up top. Yeah, no playing super aggressive. KP has got the shrine to back off to. Jerax still in position around the mid lane. Faith is there for Newbee. They are going to try and move in themselves onto Ana, but a quick fissure from Jerax holds back the play, and Ana will be kept safe. Jerax still hovering around this point. About playing around with Faith. Himself out of range, the cold feet proccing. Will be fine, but it's certainly forcing a lot of attention from Newbee's side towards that mid lane as KP continuing to have to deal with the pressure that No-Tail's applying, farming the wave right underneath Newbee's tier 1. Not a fear in the world on this PL at the moment.
KP doesn't have too much fear either.
That's true. Yeah, he's not in danger of dying.
Yeah.
But
No-Tail will secure the tower though.
That's just a quick tower as well, pre 8 minutes.
Nice.
So getting away with that pressure. 1500 gold in the bank. Mugi, of course, still at the top, albeit he is the alchemist that's expected.
Yep.
Overall net worth. And just some big stacks, as you keep mentioning, for Ana. That's going to be where we see him really step up from this mid lane.
Yeah.
We're getting both camps looking incredibly tasty.
So we've got, what, 1 4x and 1, I think only... Oh no, they're both 4x stacks, so they didn't get the next one. Bottom lane, the Sunstrike.
Oh, but that Fissure, though, it is going to hold Mugi back a little bit. It gives the time for the Primal Split to come out. Again, Jerax in the right place at the right time to save his teammates. And not only that, by the looks of it, set up for kills. They've got the rotation for No-Tail. They're chasing down Mugi. Can they finish this off? One more stun comes out from the Bruling. Jerax looking to close the distance. Mugi has got another concoction to fry. In fact, S4's going to get turned upon. Comes back out after the Primal Split. He's 2 down low. KP's there. Oh, he's got a Chrono, but he hasn't got the mana for it. Could have been pretty big if he had it. As they were so close to each other, but he didn't quite have the mana to turn around for any sort of play.
Those are some very unfortunate missed micro plays that looked up by S4. He switched to go for the courier with his fire thing, and then he went to go for the Rubik as well, but it was just too little damage. He actually ended up like standing still for a second. He was like kind of switching targets back and forth. He pretty much went for more than they could have chewed off. He wanted the Alchemist,
OG
but
again in a bit feisty. They're trying to play, but look at this wraparound that's coming in from Newbee. They're smoked up. They have the Chrono. KP jumping forward. He'll lay it down. It's only going to catch one of them, but it will mean they secure the kill onto No-Tail. They're looking for more, but Jerax is out with the TP. Fly deep amongst the trees down towards the bottom. Will have his TP back off cooldown in 5 seconds. They're coming a searching. Doesn't look like they'll spot Fly out. Fly should be fine, and indeed does manage to TP himself back to safety.
2 unsuccessful rotations though for OG, and Newbee capitalizes on it big time. And we see the Faceless Void. He's going for the Dominator build.
Okay.
That's a pretty sweet item choice actually. I haven't seen it too often, but of course the neutral creep can be very beneficial inside your Chrono.
The success of that one. Ready to go for another smoke play. Picking it up. AA. We saw Ana clean up one of the stacks. He's now up to 1300 gold as he, at the moment, has queued up the Blink Dagger, so looking to grab that as his first item. Top of the Blightstone, rather than the Deso Rush.
Yeah. I think he wants to get involved a bit earlier, make space for, so PL can just be that monster that he is, and just farm. Takes that hero a long time to get online. Supports, we're seeing the Rubik AA getting very close to level 6. AA just actually hits it, while on the side of OG it's level 5s from both supports.
I just now done for SCCC, so still very good timing for him there in that mid lane.
Yeah, they're looking really good.
Try and go with the Ice Blast. He's going to find the connection. Cold Embrace there to buy some time for No-Tail, but the Sunstrike comes in. He's surrounded by Mugi and the boys. Can he get his way out of there? Like he can just in time. Cold Embrace buying him the time to do so. S4 is actually looking to go back in on this. He's coming around with the wraparound. Does have Primal Split. Ice towards Kaka as he forces him back. Mugi still further up the lane. Now gets himself out of there with a quick TP back to base. She won't quite find the kill that they were hunting for, but they do keep No-Tail alive. Ana
and
back to the stacks. This will be that Blink Dagger gold done and dusted. So as you say, he can get involved now.
Yeah. And they were, I think Jarex was sapping experience from some of those Ancients, so he does hit his level 6, so they have Echo Slam online for the next fight as well.
Here we have it. They're smoked up. OG with the movement through Newbee's jungle. Jarex looking to lead him with the Echo Slam. S4 has the primal split. Mugi would be the big kill. They've got that ward down. Straight in with the Echo. No messing. Is there any way that Newbee can get Mugi out there? Has the chemical range with the arm as well. He may just survive this. There's the backup. KP comes in with the Chrono. Does he catch two of the Brewlings? But it allows Mugi to buy some time to keep him alive. Turns around, chucks out the concoction, and Mugi, I think he might just be able to ward this one off. No, the final rock flies through. They do get Mugi, but OG, they've lost two for it. Anna trying to man up against Death Triple C, but KP's out with the time dilation slow. Zips forward onto Anna. OG lose a third. They may just lose a fourth as well as S4 comes out of the primal split. Chased down by S-Triple-C and Faith. Sunstrike is not going to be on point as S4 gets the Duke off, but he'll be continued to chase down, and it'll be a painful death as well. He's close to that Blink Dagger Gold. He does not have a TP. All he can do is just waste a little bit more time of Newbee.
Oh, spotted.
As Faith's on the hunt. Kaka's there as well. He'll say, I take the kill, boys, as he picks it up with the Fate Bolt. And
OG with a lot of... They're making the rotations, but they're not being successful.
I mean, they get Mugi, but it cost them 3 heroes.
Look at this. Jarex unable to get the fissure up. The Cold Snap 1, 2, 3 times. Then he gets Cold Embrace. Then the TP from KP, absolutely perfect. Two-man Chrono and a you know, Brewling.
They just couldn't kill Mugi soon enough.
Yeah.
Then, you know, they do get... Obviously the reveal as well of Anna's Blink Dagger.
And Anna died right away, too.
He's jumping deep. He wants to get this, and he will. He gets the kill, blinking in with a Melt Strike, but now Newbee with a wraparound. Mugi gets the concoction out, but there'll be the Winter's Curse to hold back the two of them. Jarex with another Fissure blocking off Faith. Means that OG will get away with that deep play this time round. Anna just manning up, and the rest of OG there to back him up and get him out of there.
It looks like Mugi is going for a different type of build, by the way. The old build that we used to see on the Alchemist, the Shadow Blade build. He's getting fissured up, though. TA's starting to focus on him. They don't have the damage once the chemical range comes off, though. But he's going for the Shadow Blade build, looking for that ganking kind of build that we used to see Alchemists do in the past. Shadow Blade, you just stun somebody, and then they have the Sunstrike, of course, on top. So, can be a option if he wants to go for it.
Okay, there's your Blink Dagger on S4 as well, so he's going to be kitted out to get into better position. Diffusal Blade being closed upon by Notel. 2 Blade of Alacrity's done so far. Interesting to see where KP goes next with his build. Just looking to finish off the treads after the helm. We'll see what the next plan is, if he wants to build up some more of these auras like the Vlads and such, or if he sees priority getting the Blink Dagger.
So high level on the Void. Almost level 12 already. It's pretty absurd.
Look at this S4, getting some valuable information there with the Invis. No way to instantly cancel that TP, so Kaka will get out. In fact, Anna and Jarex, they found the bigger kill. Again, finding S-Triple-C with the Fissure and the Dust out. Invoker's down. S4 looking to move in deep. Has the Primal Split ready to play. Faith heading back to the high ground. They'll look towards the bigger kill. The controls there onto Mugi, throwing him up into the air.
Make him
stun
himself.
Up stunning himself. Perfect timing, but KP's there with the counterplay. Comes in with the ultimate. Winter's Curse is down. Mugi's going to be held back, though, by the Chrono, so it doesn't do too much damage at all to KP. Still alive amongst it all. S4 now losing that Primal Split, is in trouble as KP jumps in, finishes him off. Fissure there from the Rubik, indeed, catching Anna and Jarex. Anna, quick with the blink out, will juke off the Ice Blast with their refraction protecting him for the time being, and shouldn't tick down too low because of that, as he will get out of there. So, I mean, 1 for 1. The more times they kill this Invoker, I think the more times that OG will be happy. Taking a 1 for 1 when you are getting that S-Triple-C kill, I think they'll think that's okay, especially when you're forcing KP to use the Chrono defensively. Exactly. Now you know you've not got that threat on the map.
As long as they can play around the timings of the Chrono whenever they do those type of aggressive plays, then it is definitely beneficial for that. Because No-Tail, during all those situations, he's farming, while Newbee does respond with 5 heroes.
Diffusal Blade complete for No-Tail, so as you say, he's been farming. Now he can certainly have the opportunity to turn up and contribute quite a bit. Yeah,
now he can actually start fighting, especially with not only just the Diffusal Blade, but his levels. Level 11, you're able to have your max Doppelganger and your talent as well. So having max Doppel is super important to actually be involved in fights, because otherwise, yeah, you have no real save mechanic.
This is the thing, though, as well, as you mentioned, Mugi obviously going for this build. Is it good in your eyes, or do you kind of question this build?
I mean, it's a completely different kind of playstyle, right? He wants to be a ganker as well with the Void. He doesn't want to just be like this AFK farming hero. He wants to be more involved. So if he plays it like that, then it could work if he sets up the proper Sunstrike, because he can actually, like, if he can find an isolated PL, he can get the concoction off, and mean, you actually do so much damage inside of that 4-second duration stun on top of a Sunstrike. So it can work. I'm not sure if it's the right choice this game, but we'll see if he's able to make it work.
Desolator complete for Ana as well now. We've seen how much he's been able to do with just the blink. Tesso as well, he is going to rip some of these heroes to pieces, especially, you know, if they can catch the Alchemist without the Chemical Rage.
Yeah, I mean, Templar Assassin's massive with the Desolator. Very low armor.
They may find Mugi here. He's around the corner with KP. KP does not quite have Chrono back and available to look for the easy kill. They just jump into Faith, a couple of hits from Ana, quickly bring
they
down
put a
the
Void?
today.
They might actually get the Void?
KP's come up the high ground, does have Time Walk. We'll see if OG want to try and chase this. Jump forward from No-Tail. Has got the Diffuser Blade. KP, oh, that Chrono must have only just come back off. And he does indeed have to immediately use it defensively, to hold them back.
That's a big window now for OG.
Yeah, they're constantly forcing KP to use these Chronos and run. We'll see what they can do with the 2 minutes when there's no Chrono. I mean, Roshan, absolutely, that's going to be perfect. Yeah.
Thinking more about it, the Shadow Blade build, you know, it can work, but I think this game also, the Radiance build's super nice just because there's versus PL and TA, so... Yeah. I don't know, it's in the eyes of the beholder and how your team wants to play around with the Alchemist, so... They get the stomp on this Jerax. Yeah, Jerax. The Sentry. Yeah,
they see him. Sentry's down. S4's going to try and jump in, but there's the immediate telekinesis to hold him back. Still gets the Primal Split off in time, and of course there's no Chrono. Ice Blast out onto Ana. Sunstrike as well makes the connection. That's going to be Ana taken down. Newbee already with 2 big kills to start this fight, and they look to try and get more, but No-Tail turns towards the AA, brings him down with the Diffusal Blade. KP still running around. Of course, no Chronosphere. He's trying to man up and get the bashes onto No-Tail with a Fate Bolt flying through as well from Kaka. It's still not quite enough. Tornado flying in, but the blink out's in time. Doppelganger from No-Tail to juke off the bad weather, and he will get his way out of this one. So again, another 2 for 2. It is OG losing Ana on the TAS. That is the big kill there amongst it all. Of course, with Ana being top of the net worth. Yeah, this is brilliant for SCCC. You can see on the net worth as well, SCCC not that far behind this tier at all, which is impressive considering obviously how much Ana got from the lane, from the ancient stacks.
Yeah, and now they have, you know, the Aghanims is finished and online, so now inside the Chronosphere they actually have real damage. It's not just like an AA Blast and a Sunstrike. They have a lot of other spells if the Invoker is in the area.
And look at this build, so it's going to be like, full punching as we've been saying from the Alchemist. It's going to look Maelstrom next.
Yeah, it seems like he just wants to be that like frontlining tank kind of thing for his teammates to be able to do everything else behind, rather than being this just like farmer, AFK farmer.
Yeah, some sort of way to deal with the PL illusions as well.
Different approaches, yeah. We haven't seen the hero in a long time, in particular the safe lane Alchemist, so different play styles. No-Tail almost with Boots of Travel finished up, same thing with Invoker. KP now has Chrono online. They may look for a smoke once Mugi's a little bit more healthy.
Yeah, it really feels like if Newbee can actually take the fight themselves, they're going to be in such a great position. Because we've seen, you know, when they're being forced to use these Chronos defensively, they don't necessarily lose the fight. Yeah. They still get an even trade. So if they can get that sort of jump themselves, it's going to go brilliantly. And here we have with the smoke, they know that they have this power play. They can try and use the Chrono to great offense. There's the jump forward, and it's perfect.
Catches Jerax too.
Catches Jerax on the tip. This is going to stop that fish coming out for a bit of time. KP moves on towards the Wyvern. At the end of the day, though, there wasn't really quite enough damage coming in post-Chrono to really finish off the kill straight away. Ana being chased down by Mugi, but Jerax holds him back with the aftershock from the Enchant Totem.
No-Tail's in the back lines.
He's already cleaned up one. He's taken down the Rubik. S4's looking towards KP. Mugi getting stunned up. Can he get the chance to throw out the concoction? He can, but the Cold Embrace is there from Fly, keeping Jerax alive. OG claimed the 2 kills. So despite the fact that it felt like Newbee could get something done, I don't know what quite happened there. Was it SCCC wasn't quite close enough to lay down a combo?
It didn't seem like he was close enough,
and nothing happened within it.
No-Tail came from the back lines and started disrupting it too, and everybody from OG was ready there. The Fissure comes in, well, the Fissure was about to come in before the Chrono, but he did get trapped up, but everyone from OG was there to respond. The Cold Embrace doesn't heal, but it does prevent the damage ticks.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We'll be spooked out of the pit.
Jerax walking up very aggressively toward SCCC with No-Tail.
And No-Tail's looking for this, doesn't have detection though. So SCCC will be able to walk it off. This game too, OG 7-13 at the moment. 1k advantage, very close at the moment between these two sides. KP still working towards that blink.
OG with a big advantage right now, just in this next couple minutes, because Chronosphere's on cooldown, they have Brewmaster, they have all of their ultimates ready to go. So this fight should be able to go very well for OG as long as something devastating doesn't happen.
Can Newbee contest this? They are close to the pit. They've got time to get in. They scan it out. Sunstrike's in there. They know the state of play here. Who's going to make the move though? Moogie clearing up the traps from the outside. They're going for the long wraparound by the looks of it, some of them, as they head around from the top. KP's there on the high ground.
The Centaur stun.
It's gone in. It's scouting them out and it's spooking OG out of the pit. Moogie moving forward with the Shadow Blade and the Concoction. Chucks it out onto Ana. And there we have it. Beautiful play there with the Acid Spray to bring down the Refraction, get the stun through, make sure the damage connects. Cold Embrace is there, but the Telekinesis onto Ana holds him in place, takes him down. Immediate buyback from Ana as he looks to get into this fight. PL's Illusions bring down the AA. They've lost one in return. No-Tail just trying to clean up the Centaur. Now he's going to turn his attention towards Moogie. He got sent up for the time being by S4's Primal Split. There's the Echo coming through. Jerax has the control, allowing Ana to get the damage in to finish off Moogie. Buyback comes out from Kaka as he looks to return to the fray. But Newbee, they're down 2. They're without their position 1. So unlikely to fully go back in on this for the time being. KP does have Chrono back up. He could look to make some sort of incredible play around this pit. SCCC there as well. In goes the Tornado. The MP as well on target as it connects with Ana and S4. Ana finishing off this Roche. No-Tail making it very hard for anyone to get in. Jerax is there with a stun. They'll get the kill on SCCC. KP comes out with the Chrono, but again, where's the damage? They've got an Ice Blast. Is it enough? I don't know if it is. The Cold Brace is down as Jerax. He's going to survive. KP now out of mana. All the meanwhile, whilst this was going on, Ana finishes off Roshan, grabs the Aegis. Newbee just crumbling around the pit. They just can't find the combo. Kaka gets cleaned up top. That's an effective die back on the Rubik as Kaka brought back for this engagement. And things very, very vehemently falling apart there for Newbee, as now the lead is gained by OG. They're ready to push with the Aegis. Jerax has the Blink Dagger Gold. Moogie's going to try and see if he can get some on the side, but he stuns himself. Fly goes up to the high ground. There's no vision there for Moogie, and now Moogie's just going to get turned upon. Jump forward from Ana. Newbee have just gone full downhill as steep and fast as you can.
That's a big mistake.
As the last couple of minutes have just been a Newbee nightmare.
Oh my goodness, Moogie just trying to make a little sneaky play there, but big mistake. He drops the Acid Spray and loses vision of the Winter Wyvern for just a second. That Roche fight was crazy though. The decision from Ana there to buy back instantly was
absolutely paid off.
Instantly, what was actually just what won them the fight, because if they didn't have him, it would have been Newbees all the way. And Jerax getting a beautiful Echo Slam on the 2 main heroes that he needed to was great setup. And Fly's positioning, he's been getting the ideal Cold Embraces. Sometimes he just can't save them, but he's been getting very good ones to at least prolong their death to be able to get extra pickups.
They're jumping in on Kaka. He's stolen Refraction. He's going to need to be stealing a coffin as well now as he's out and down for 30 seconds. The Rubik is dead, and OG claim another tier 2. It's all looking pretty grim now for Newbee. It just feels like we haven't seen this Invoker Chrono combo come into play. But I'm not really sold on this out pick and the play. It's just not. It's not done much at all. Like, sure, he throws out a stun, but at this stage, it just doesn't get a kill. It doesn't matter that he maxed out the Acid Spray, has the Concoction, and he's gone for this fighting build. It's an Alchemist in 2017 at the end of the day.
Yeah, and he's gotten shut down very heavily. I mean, they invaded his lane over and over again. It's hard to fight versus a PL when your only form of lockdown is really a Chronosphere too. No-Tail is literally just going absolutely berserk in the back lines while his team causes such a ruckus in the front. These illusions just mana burning everybody down, and Newbee's unable to really control him at all.
Dire are scanning.
But yeah, Moogie is definitely having some trouble now with the build.
As we have seen though, Invoker can certainly carry a game.
Yes, that's for sure.
And if anyone's to do it, SCCC is certainly one of the players. But already on this bottom lane. They're trying to make something happen, but OG's aware of what's going on. They're in the neighborhood. They're going to see themselves if they can get the catch. Just the tip. Clips onto KP. They'll try and move up for it, but KP's out with the TP away. Nothing to cancel it. KP with the quick plays, quick decisions, will keep himself safe. The rest of Newbee as well get out of there.
Be unable to take good team fights now. They need the Chrono. They need a really good Chrono with the Invoker spells.
They need
Other
to
than that, it's very minimal.
Top lane as well. TP comes through from No-Tail. CCC needs to use that Midas. My boy.
They do find S4 though, and that's an easy bring down.
So that's the kind of combo that we need to be seeing from Newbee. Yeah. Just everything just thrown down onto one hero, and they do have the heavy delete potential.
I mean, that is the idea of, you know, what's what Moogie wants to be doing. He wants to be setting up for those kills, but...
Talking about heavy delete, I mean, OG have got it themselves as well. Jerax just in with the instant stun and the physical burst from TA.
Not even needing the Echo Slam for that, so now they still have all their ultimates for the fight.
Top lane Kaka, there's no hope for him. TP's out, at least attempts to, but No-Tail's damage at this stage. Yasha, Diffusal level 2. much too much for that Rubik to withstand.
He's getting way too big, and they don't have good ways to deal with him if he's not inside the chrono. Moogie actually gets blocked by Jerax.
I don't know if this man gets out. He needs some friends, and he needs them quickly. There's going to be a Meteor and an Ice Blast coming on Ana. That's going to do a fair bit against the TA, but the dust is down to Moogie. Shadow Blade's not going to save the Alchemist, and that is your Alch down for 50 seconds. Ana pots the BKB, and they're ready to dive out to the high ground. No-Tail chasing Faith with the Diffusal Blade, takes down the Ancient Apparition, picks up the double kill.
Monster kill for No-Tail.
This game really flipped over from what we saw in game 1. This is OG this time round, playing with the strat where it's not the 4 Protect 1. You have Ana and No-Tail, both on heroes that can farm and both on heroes that can absolutely hit hard at this stage of the game, and it's just working out much better.
Yeah, they've got 3 of the same heroes from the last time around, but it's the roles that make such a difference, or 2 of the same heroes the last time, but it does make such a difference in the roles that they're placed.
Jumping with KP, where's the combo? They try for it, but again, Jerax just throws down the Fissure, and suddenly the Magician can't do any darn magic. He's out of it. SCCC up in the air. The disruption is just too high from OG's heroes. SCCC has to just Ghost Walk, look to get himself out, but Jerax jumps forward, jukes out the Tornado, Ana lays down the physical, and that's SCCC down. Moogie heads in, he's trying to do something to push them out of this, but there's no Invoker for 50 seconds. OG have claimed the melee racks once again. Jerax lays down a Fissure to hold them out of this. Ana's trying to get out, the cold feet will tick in. Do they have detection? That's the question. No, he's out with the blink. Ana plays his way out of it. Newbee, they're going to try and chase him down. Ana does have the BKB available once more. And with the traps, though, I think he should get himself out of here. S4's going to be there if help is needed, but Ana doesn't even need it. He's out of there. He gets himself away. Newbee unable to punish. And as we've seen, SCCC just not given the chance to play between getting thrown up into the air by the Brewlings, getting stunned up by Jerax. It's so hard for Invoker to do anything in these team fights.
Way too much control, and they're way too reliant on having the perfect chrono, because like we're saying, that's their only real team fight, their only real lockdown. So if Jerax or if S4 are not caught in the chronosphere, or actually even Fly, they can completely mess up the whole backlines, because they can just either throw a Fissure, they can throw somebody in the air with the Panda, or they can throw a Curse / Cold Embrace from the Winter Wyvern. So it's really, the game is super difficult for KP to actually, it's like all the weight is on his shoulders to land the perfect chrono, pretty much.
I mean, and of course you can see this as well. SCCC realizes the exact same problem that we're stating. He's going straight for the BKB next.
Yeah,
he knows
something.
He has to have that BKB to be able to do anything in these fights, because of how well OG are playing their positioning.
Faith in some trouble. Jerax invis on him, and a quick, easy pickup for
There's no help for that, man. It's gone. Ana level 22, 16,000 net worth.
Let the siege continue. They don't have... Oh, they actually get the instant echo onto Ka. Oh.
That's a lot of hate for the Rubik.
And they're going to go to the top. Get a secondary set of racks, probably. It's
2 arrows down, and neither have buyback.
Both supports, yeah.
I mean, it's just the supports, but it's, you know, an Ice Blast can make all the difference when it comes to defending the high ground. They're going to have it for 20 seconds. Good EMP connects onto No-Tail and S4.
Yeah.
That will slow him down a little bit. I say a little bit, though. Ana still sticks around, brings the tower down low. I mean, OG, of course, no real reason to play this risky. They know that they can play it safe.
They know Moogie's stunned himself.
Position, and they're going to try and go back in. He stuns himself with the concoction. KP comes out. This could be the combo they needed. Deafening Blast comes through, pushes Ana through along with this No-Tail, but again, Fly's just there with the Cold Embrace save. Buys time for No-Tail. They now turn themselves backs towards SCCC. The Fissure's there locking him down. He'll buy back immediately. Newbee are being forced back to the base, though. Kaka losing his faith as AA is down for 40 seconds. And what can they do? There's no chrono. KP's going to jump forward. They have got a fair bit of damage. In fact, they're going to bring him down low, but again, Fly's there with the Cold Embrace, healing Ana back up. Ana gets the chance to blink out from the side of it all as Fly pots the Winter's Curse down, holding back Newbee, keeping his team safe. Fly making the plays, may sacrifice himself for this, though. The Glimmer's there, timing. Oh, surely he doesn't get out. Sure, there's no way he gets out. I mean, Kaka's going to find him for sure. He has got a Cold Embrace, and he's not going to get it out. They will finally take him down, but...
Saves Ana.
I mean, this game and last game as well, despite losing it, Fly has certainly been doing his... He's been putting in the work on these Winter Wyverns. Yeah,
he's gotten some very good Cold Embraces. This game maybe is... He hasn't had like the greatest curses in comparison to the last game. He got some nice ones in the last one, but it's not his job. He doesn't need to land big curses in this game. He just needs to disrupt the backlines and save his teammates. That's it. So buybacks coming out from Newbee there was just the Invoker, but the damage was done. One full racks claimed, and top tier 3 almost dead as well. And Roche should be respawning within the next minute, I believe, or so. Yeah, 1 minute. And shrines are open.
Quite the lead being created now by OG. 17,000 net worth ahead. No Tail with his eyes on Kaka in the jungle. Kaka? Okay. He's got the stolen meld.
Nice.
No Tail didn't expect that.
And No Tail going for a Shadow Blade build. So he's looking to go for his own kind of pickups on the sides. And that makes him super hard to kill. They've been struggling to carry reveal because their supports are kind of poor. So why not get even more?
I guess. I mean, it's one of those builds that I feel like you only do if you're ahead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, more than likely.
Shadow Blade on PL. And like, it's one of those builds where, say the game starts to turn around, they start being able to kill No Tail. I think you maybe go, did he really need to build a Shadow Blade? But they're obviously so far ahead now. They feel very comfortable.
There's only the Chronosphere to pick him off, though. So if he is split pushing and stuff, it's like with the Shadow Blade, he's like pretty much near unkillable. But yeah, it is more than likely just because he's like, you know, we're ahead. I have the luxury of being able to switch the item build up a bit.
Certainly are. They're looking to force their dominance once more with this smoke up.
They've got Gem on, I think it was the Brewmaster as well. They do.
Get this wraparound on Newbee as well.
We've got full Daedalus. Full Daedalus on Ana. He is
easily two-shotting most of these heroes. Ooh, KP.
KP's stuck in the trees?
Stuck. It's time walked into the trees. He has got to blink out. Looks like they didn't want to jump on him straight away. And in fact, despite that, it felt like OG would get a bit of a better catch there. They may get Kaka. Well, I say may. The Tornado's there to buy Kaka some time. He heads himself back up to the high ground. I gotta say, it's a bit of a miracle no one on Newbee died there.
Wow.
I felt that. I mean, they had the PL illusion watching the Void. They knew he was there, but they just kind of ignored KP.
Scared of the Chrono, man.
I guess.
No need to force a big fight right before Roche is starting, right?
True. They just want to get them away from the pit.
And just be annoying. Yeah, exactly.
Playing it super safe, OG. Back into the pit they go. And yeah, with the way that they played that, Newbee far too far away of getting over here in time.
Yep. Aegis and Cheese for a TA and a PL at this point in the game when they're this far ahead. 20k gold lead. It's looking very tough for Newbee. All that weight, like we were saying, on KP's shoulders to land those beautiful Chronospheres. And they have to make sure that SCCC is in a good spot to get his spells off, because as we've been seeing, like we said over and over again, they're being disrupted over and over.
They're looking to smoke into this. I think they obviously know that with that Aegis picked up, OG are going to want to try and go for this sort of push. So they want to get the surprise jump from the high ground. Yep. Obviously, there's the chance that OG may get themselves some high ground
smoking from
out.
Mid, though. They're smoking through the mid lane.
Long wraparound. This could catch them off guard. There's the jump in, looking for Mugi. Mugi does have BKB available, and he will pop it. No Tail immediately looking to make a beeline for the backliner. Kaka getting focused by the Arctic Burn. Jerax jumps forward. Absolutely just whacks down the Rubik there with the Enchant Totem. That's going to be one down for 50 seconds. The rest of Newbee being forced back, and there's more than enough space here for Ana to just hit into the racks. No Tail as well, just setting up the illusions, keeping Newbee forced back to the base as Ana cleans up the melee racks for free, takes the full set as well. As Newbee just seem unable to do anything against this power that OG has built up to. They need KP to get a Dream Chrono. They're using their other smoke. They need a bit of a miracle here. No Tail as well. They'll drop the Chrono. It's only going to catch the PL. They will get the kill, but Jerax is in there on the backlines, lands the Echo Slam. Buyback immediately from No Tail as he looks to come back into this fight. Potentially even finish off the game as Chrono's being used. AA is down. OG are forcing down this last bottom lane of racks here. We'll see how safe they play it, but they are almost certainly going to feel very, very confident. Invoker's buyback still on cooldown for 3 minutes. Everything just being thrown out bit by bit, but it just doesn't seem enough to bring down OG. There's finally the BKB on SCCC, but it could be just a little too late.
They're waiting to get healed up before they walk back in. Cold Embrace on is now mostly healthy, so time to siege. Those other side lanes are naturally going to push in, and Newbee under a ton of pressure here. No Chronosphere.
Jerax, there we have one Fisher jump in from Ana, a couple of hits and the Shaker's down. The final tier 3 gone, the last set of racks exposed. What can Newbee do to hold? We see SCCC, he's just having to deal with his illusions. He tries to head forward to do some sort of a tornado play to keep OG off the racks, but the illusions are in. There's the Ice Blast flying across. Is it going to make the connection as No Tail jukes it out with a doppelganger? Primal splits back up. More than enough space here as OG just clean up the final set of racks. And it just seems Newbee can't do anything, and indeed they can't. GG is called, they tap out, and the first series of the day on the mainstream will end as OG get the 1-1. As we come to the end of OG versus Newbee. Is it this?
Much better overall draft by OG.
Oh, absolutely, from OG.
Much better game plan as well. They had a couple failed rotations in the first like 10 minutes or 12 minutes or so. I think the first 3 actually didn't go in their favor, but overall, in the grand scheme of things, they're their draft is much overall like just less greedy. Newbees is